How's it going, everybody? Well, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me turn this down. Welcome to a brand new episode of Do Not Worry. We are live and alive, coming to you from the heart of Lebanon, folks. Beirut, accompanied by our lovely outro music by our favorite Lizzie Rosa, our favorite patron member. How's it going, everybody?
Hey.
Hope you're doing good. Joined by Nour, the crew member, solo crew member. 2 episodes in a week. You guys are eating good this week right here on Do Not Worry, baby. We've also started dropping clips. We've dropped our first clip in a while, in like months. Lizzie, you can take a break now. We can take over the clips again. I'm kidding. Lizzie, keep it going. How's everybody doing on this fine Thursday evening here in Lebanon? Good vibes all around, guys. Good vibes all around. I am your host, Anthony. Let me pause this here music right here. This beautiful music. Beautiful.
I'm your co-host.
We have let me cut back to the split screen, folks. Let me just bring up this here document that I need and not close this essential webpage. We had some technical difficulties at the end of the last episode, but folks, this week we're talking about what happened to Sarde After Dinner, Lebanon's most popular podcast. I heard a juicy rumor, allegedly, that may shock you. The genocide is still ongoing in Gaza, so we're going to see just a few updates from that. Snow White is banned in Lebanon because of Gadot, who also got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and made a pretty interesting speech. Everyone hates Rachel Zegler, also from Snow White, for many reasons, and we're going to look into that, like why does the internet hate her so much, and we're going to, like, should we defend Rachel Zegler a little bit? And J.K. Rowling, creator of the Harry Potter franchise, completely shits on Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint on Twitter. She took like a jab at them. And we're going to talk about a few more things. If we have some time at the end, we'll talk about some Klein versus Matt Lieb. I'll finish the segment that I couldn't finish last week because of technical difficulties. But that's what's going on this week, folks. Let me take a second to thank some of our lovely patrons who support us each and every month and without whom this show cannot exist. God-tier patrons like Rifat Fakih, Eli Al-Mujabir, Jack Sleeman, Dominic Seltzer, Daniel Nechle, Josh Patterson, and Emma Watson from Harry Potter. Emma, we're defending you today. Superhero patrons like Rami Gharib, Bader, Brian Hernandez, Hadi, and Jordan M. Blonde patrons like Enzo S., Linda, Tony the Girl, and Black Magic Magician. And Fergus Grant, we thank you guys so much. We cannot keep the show going without you guys. And we have a whole bunch of YouTube members as well. We're going to be having an exclusive YouTube member and patron live stream sometime next week. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for the support. It'll be a fun little casual show. They're very chill. We had one a couple weeks ago. It was pretty fun. So join us for that. Also, quick heads up. I'm going to be at a Mystic Market at Cosmic Studios in a couple of weeks, not this weekend, next weekend. So I'm going to be selling some comics. I'm going to be there as the comic stash. I got a brand new shipment of beautiful Batman and Spider-Man comics and Daredevil comics. So I'm going to be bagging and boarding these. Might do a live stream next week where I'm just bagging and boarding comics. If you guys want to check that out, I'll show you guys what's in store. If you guys want to show up, there's gonna be a lot of cool vendors. My girlfriend's gonna be tattooing and piercing and a whole bunch of fun shit. So if you guys want to come support us, more on that next week, folks. What else do I have? Let me just look into.
Haley just started gifting.
Haley, these are already gifting memberships. Haley, we can't be doing that, Haley. Thank you. So we love you, Haley. Haley's the best, folks. Haley is the sole reason why we have members on this channel. Let me just make sure I've mentioned everything. Well, I think that's it. And yeah, as I mentioned, we dropped our first clip today. We dropped the Ross. David Schwimmer, Ross from Friends, is a Zionist. We have a couple more clips that we want to drop from the last episode. Look for we're going to try to drop like 3 or 4 clips per episode every week. So, check them out. Hopefully it helps to grow the channel and stuff. I'm trying to do Bad Empanada's channel is killing it with the clips. Vanguard is killing it with the clips. Our friend at Uninformed Leftist is killing it with the clips. I'm trying to learn from my peers, folks, and do what they do to try to grow this channel and make it sustainable for the future.
I hope you like them. I'm working on them.
Yeah, I like the thumbnails. They're pretty fun. Sorry, I'm super thirsty.
Well, Nadim was supposed to re-edit the intro because it's not really good, but he's been busy. Too busy for me.
Let's get started, folks. We're going to start with some downer stuff, unfortunately, but we need to talk about what's happening in Gaza. The massacres, like the daily massacres that are happening there, like there's no other way to put it, to be honest with you guys. Let me cut to my desktop over here. Last I checked, I saw a tweet that said the death toll was up to at least like 750 people. I saw this unhinged tweet today by Abby Libby. Abby Libby. I don't know who the fuck this is, but Abby Libby had this to say. There are no civilians in Gaza. Hamas has drafted everyone, down to the newest babies, into the war effort. And they rejoice when the children they shove into the line of fire die because it's their most powerful weapon against those they hate more than life and blood. I told her you're fucking psychotic, but like what kind of fucking tweet is that? And I think this person is like a Democrat or something. So that's unhinged. Here's a video of protests in Tel Aviv. Look, I mean, we're here to focus on the pain and suffering that is happening to Palestinians in Palestine. But I also do want to shout out anti-Zionist Jews living in Israel. Now, I don't know how you can be an anti-Zionist living in Israel, but some of them don't have a choice. They can't leave. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to thank these people for standing up against the Netanyahu government. I hope that the subtitle and the translations are accurate. I'm gonna trust that. So this is Tel Aviv last night. Israeli protesters were calling for an immediate and permanent ceasefire, the release of all prisoners, an end to Zionism, and freedom for Palestine. They stood in solidarity with Palestine. So these people have my respect, and let's check this out. Sorry guys, my laptop is gonna explode. I have 30 tabs open, just so you know. Every one of these tweets that I look at is one tab that I'm closing, and it's bringing a little bit of relief to my heart, my stressed heart. So he's saying Zionism equal terrorism. These people are saying free Palestine. They're saying a lot of the right things. So, I mean, it's pretty based. Now, this is a Zionist who's interrupting the protest right here, and he's going to start harassing one of the protesters, I think.
Whoa.
Yep. Pretty crazy. Typical Zionists can't keep it in their pants. They have
Typical
to.
Zionist.
They got to spread that violence any chance they get. But I mean, hey, shout out to our brothers and sisters, anti-Zionist brothers and sisters in Israel. We thank you for the support, and Palestinians. Honestly, the freedom of Palestinians counts on Israelis like them, but they are few and far between. Like they are the insane minority. So yeah.
But it's nice to acknowledge because we tend to forget that people come in a wide range of beliefs and
yeah. Even Israelis are not a monolith. even
Even
the mighty Israeli apartheid regime. This is pretty fucked up too. So this is a tweet that I saw. It says the only solution. So this is Idit Silman, the Minister of Environmental Protection, who talks with Ken Bet radio host Aryeh Golan about the historic opportunity God has supposedly given to the messianic Judeo-Nazi lunatics. So this is what she's saying. It's going to be translated to you guys, but basically she's saying the only solution to Gaza is emptying it of Gazans. God sent us this American administration to tell us clearly, time to take possession of the land. Let's watch this fun video together.
צריך להגיד את האמת, הפתרון היחיד לעזה הוא היום לרוקן את עזה מהעזתים.
זה ריאלי להערכתך, עידית סילמן?
אני חושבת שזה ריאלי. אני חושבת שגם גוש קטיף, אנחנו הבנו...
I think with Gush Katif we understood that our withdrawal from there.
את אותה יציאה שלנו משם.
After all, in the end, we have to say we are now in a historic period with a historic opportunity. And God, so I believe, sent us this American administration and tells us clearly
That's crazy.
the time has come to take possession of the land and to do things we have not done before. I think that rebuilding Gush Katif is important. There is no question about it. It can be either with houses or with Trump-style towers, but Gush Katif must return. What the fuck is Gush Katif? But definitely we will be back there. And we have to tell the truth. Today, the only solution to Gaza is emptying Gaza of Gazans. Fun. That's pretty fun, isn't it? Pretty fun times over there in Gaza. Israel, Palestine. What other nightmare do we have? Oh, okay. Here's a. God damn it, folks. Sorry about this. This is a Palestinian man who watched his brother and his family, including their 1, 2, and 3-year-old children, burned alive after an Israeli airstrike targeted tents on Hamza Street near Asda Central Prison in Khan Yunis. Without warning, the strike turned their shelter into an inferno, leaving only charred remains and scattered flesh. Now, what he's going to be saying is going to be translated. He's speaking in Arabic, but it's subtitled. Just listen to the pain. This is a daily occurrence right now. We're back, folks. Did you miss it? Did you miss the genocide? Well, hopefully for not too long, because here it is. Trigger warning.
إلا ما يجي قطعا إلا ما يجي اليوم اللي ندهك على راسك ونحط راسك تحت شباشبنا يا ابن الصوت.
مدنيين الستات الأطفال.
مدنيين ما لهم علاقة بشيء، مدنيين أطفال. وبقول لك إحنا في قاتل حماس، طفل هذا حماس، ما لهش كم شهر مولود حماس يلعن أبوك يا نتنياهو يا وين المشرحة يا جماعة؟ حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. الله ينتقم منك يا نتنياهو. إلا ما يجي اليوم اللي ندهك على راسك.
And I mean, this is as painful as this is like a mild video. There's videos that I would love to show you, but that are way too graphic for YouTube. Of like, I saw a brother holding his dead brother's hand as he's crying out, looking at his dead brother's body, screaming out like, "That's my brother, that's my brother." Normal, typical Wednesday morning stuff over there in Gaza. But this is as acceptable of footage. I accidentally showed you guys deceased babies in the last episode. So.
They're saying in the chat they just bombed the south now.
Lebanon?
Yeah.
They bombed South Lebanon.
And Ba'a.
So they just bombed South Lebanon, folks. And Ba'a, you heard it here. Breaking news. I was in Ba'a just a couple of weeks ago. We were visiting a lovely little farm. My girlfriend and I. It's pretty fucked up. Jesus. Yeah, so and we have a ceasefire with Israel, folks. We have a ceasefire. But yeah, strength to the people of the South and to the people of Ba'a. We are with you, goddamn. And we're here recording a fucking podcast while that's happening.
وكل العالم الحقير ساكت. عالم حقير هذا عالم منحط. حاطين رؤوسنا على المخدة. ما نسمع الا صوت ضربة قوي جدا جدا خرقت طبلات بنينا. نقول يا عم ايش في؟ بسأل جارنا ايش في مين هان؟ الا بقول له اخوك. رحت زي هيك لقيت الدنيا مولعة نار. اخويا بنزف دم من راسه. وزوجته بتتولى تنحرق، اولادها بتحرقوا، اولادها قطيع لحم 1 سنة 1 2 1 3 سنين. ما امهم مولعة نار، ايش راح تقيم وفي انذار؟ بلا سابق اي انذار، بلا كل وحشية وهمجية ما لهم علاقة بحد ولا بحد.
Israelis or Zionists will tell you this is Pallywood or like people acting. There's one thing, like this is something that I've talked about before, but like I had seen someone talk about this, but like the fact that like you think Palestinians want cameras shoved in their faces every time one of their relatives dies, or like they want to be filming dead people and like putting a camera up close on their face, like stripping them of any dignity, but they have to do it because to them it's the only way to show you that they have any value. Like it's their only way to get any attention at this point. Like they have to strip their dead.
To prove they're worthy of life.
To prove they're worthy of any life, they have to strip their dead of a dignified death and literally fucking shove cameras in their faces to try and get some form of fucking sympathy from the world. So, I mean, do you think this guy wants to fucking talk to cameras right now and be like, this is what happened? Like, no, but like he has to, because unless he fucking does this, no one cares. Who's gonna care? Who's gonna... Who cares, bro? Other than the fucking Houthis in Yemen and Hezbollah in the south, who's doing anything to defend the people of Palestine, bro? You know, and I know people, again, a lot of our audience hates it when we ever praise the resistance or Hezbollah, but like, who's helping these people, bro? And I know you can say that shooting rockets into Israel isn't helping anyone, but no, who's doing anything? Who's doing what? What? So, my bad. I don't know, yo. This is Israel's defense minister, Katz. Now, this is in Hebrew, so we're not going to listen to the video, but this is what he's saying, basically. Residents of Gaza, this is your final warning. The first Sinwar destroyed Gaza, and the second Sinwar will bring upon it total ruin. The Israel Air Force's attack against Hamas terrorists was only the first step. What follows will be far harsher, and you will bear the full cost. Evacuation of the population from combat zones will soon resume. if all Israeli hostages are not released and Hamas is not kicked out of Gaza. What do you mean kick Hamas out of Gaza? We're going to kick out resistance, the spirit of resistance. You're going to cast it out of people like an exorcism. I cast you out. Like, what does that mean? Kick Hamas out of Gaza. Be the best slaves. If you're good slaves, we won't kill you. If you do not kick out Hamas of Gaza, Israel will act with force you have not known before. En bad fi? Shu bad fi, khaye? What do you have? You're going to nuke it? That's the last thing you got is a nuke. It's the one thing you haven't dropped. Or like those fucking Boston Dynamic dog robots with AK-47s strapped onto them. That'll be pretty fucked up too, you know what I'm saying? Takes the advice of the US president. Return the hostages and kick out Hamas, and new options will be open for you, including relocation to other parts of the world for those who choose. The alternative is destruction and total devastation. So here they're already, again, the soft reboot of like, hey, you guys, will send you anywhere you want. Just don't stay here, you know? Where do you want to go? Make a wish list. Fun times. Fun things. Here is... there's a TV channel. Channel 12 host Avri Gilad said tonight to his Palestinian colleague Mohammed Magadi. He said there's a need that every generation of Palestinians will go through another Nakba to remind them, because otherwise it is forgotten.
That's crazy.
This is also subtitled, so here, let's watch this lovely clip.
יש תחושה שיש רצון, יש צורך בנכבה כל דור כדי להזכיר, כי אחרת זה נשכח.
לא, ולכן הם אומרים. אנחנו כבר, את הנכבה שלנו כבר עברנו.
הם לא עברו שום דבר. לא נכון. א', הם לא עברו, זה סבא שלהם או אבא של סבא שלהם עבר את הנכבה, או כפי שאנחנו נוהגים לחשוב, העביר את עצמו את הנכבה. ויש תחושה, לא נעים לי להגיד את זה מולך, אבל יש תחושה שיש רצון, יש צורך בנכבה כל דור כדי להזכיר, כי אחרת זה נשכח.
לא, ולכן הם אומרים. אנחנו כבר...
What the hell are they talking about?
What a lovely people. Come visit Tel Aviv. Don't you guys want to get falafels by the beach in Tel Aviv? Come to Haifa. We're having a grand old time over there. We should give them a Nakba every few years. Like, again, guys, what else do we need to say?
To remind them is insane.
We've been talking about this for like a year and a half now. This is just, I like that this, like, I now consider us a sister podcast of the Bat Hasbara podcast. I haven't asked Matt Lieb or Daniel Lamate for their opinion, but like debunking and like shitting on Zionist Israelis is kind of fun. We should do more of that. Okay.
I love them.
We love them too. They're the best.
Can I read some super chats?
Hell yeah, we're getting super chats. Crazy.
Okay. They were coming from before, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Sorry. Yeah, please go.
Lars sent $5, and they say Matt Lieb invited AB onto Bad Hasbara. Any chance he goes on?
I saw that. I don't think so. So like, I mean, AB is definitely going to see that, and if Ethan wasn't that psychotic, like if Ethan hadn't dedicated like 40 minutes of his podcast just shitting on Matt Lieb, I think AB would have gone. But if AB goes onto Bat Hasbara, Ethan would see that as a massive betrayal, because Matt has called Ethan like a Jewish supremacist. So he would not be cool if AB goes on that podcast. But I saw Matt's tweet and I was like, that's fucking low-key genius. Should we try to invite AB onto this podcast? But again, we said that.
Imagine.
We said some pretty psychotic shit on this show that Ethan and the H3 audience would not be cool with. So.
Boomer Dragon says, I'm in Spokane, Washington. Love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Hell yeah, that's very cool. Thank you for watching from Spokane, Washington. I'm guessing Washington State, where marijuana is legal. That's pretty cool.
Andrew the Biz says hello, sending you guys love.
Oh, what up, Andrew? How's it going? Thank you guys so much. Well, thank you for the support. Shopify. Almost everybody you know uses Shopify for like a website or a business. Apparently, the owner of Shopify is like a super Zionist. So, Shopify president Harley Finkelstein just defended Israel's airstrikes that killed over 200 Palestinians overnight. And here is basically the tweet where he did that. So here, let me zoom in. You guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. Can I zoom in a little bit more? Now, can you guys see that little white tweet? So it basically, Martin Vervasky said, I'm on board of Axel, also Politico, said that Israel hits Gaza with a new airstrike that kills 200 people. So someone quote tweeted that and said, I am on the board of Axel Springer that owns Politico. I consider this article one-sided Hamas support. It fails to mention that the airstrikes were aimed at eliminating top Hamas military and that Israel was successful at doing so. It also quotes casualty figures given by Hamas. Harley Finkelstein, president of Shopify, responds to that tweet and says, "Thanks for saying this." So basically, if there's any alternatives to Shopify that we can use, I think we should start looking into them because dude's a Zionist. Big time Zionist. What else we got here? These are Israeli trucks destroying solar power systems of a Palestinian community near Jericho and the West Bank. Just casually destroying people's property, people's homes, making sure these areas are uninhabitable. You bastards. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up.
They're so evil. Everything they touch, they want to destroy.
I know, but it's pretty fucked up. And look at this fucked up tweet right here. So there's these crazy Israeli Telegram channels where like they share the most fucked up things, like deceased Palestinians, all sorts of things. So there's this little girl that had posed like Yahya Sinwar when he was posing in that chair. This young girl was recreating that pose. News came out that this girl was killed, basically, in the last airstrikes. I don't know if that's verified or not, but this was people's reaction on that Israeli Telegram group. Like, popping bottles. Look at the emojis they're sharing. Smiley faces, laughing emojis, claps, hearts, fire emoji. Like, everybody's fucking happy, yo. Like, because this little girl, a Gazan girl who tried to be like Sinwar, eliminated today, and that's their reaction. So this is who we're dealing with. This is our enemy. So, yeah, and the Democrats, liberal Zionists, love to bless us with these tweets right here. Stacy, she quote tweets BNO News that says Israel resumes military operations against Hamas in Gaza. She says, "If you voted for Trump because you thought he'd end the genocide in Gaza, you're a stupid fucking idiot, and I hope that choice haunts you for the rest of your life." As if the Biden presidency, that didn't give any of us nightmares we'll never forget.
Yes, thank you, Stacy.
Because the genocide wasn't happening under Biden and Kamala Harris. Right, Stacy? Right, Stacy K?
Right, Stacy?
Jesus Christ. Should we dox her like Ethan Klein?
Imagine.
Who are your friends, Stacy? Who's your mom? Where does your mom work, Stacy? Start doxing her. Find out everything we can find out about this lady. And her cousins, her sister, her family, everything. We need to know everything. Who employs her? Who employs Stacy?
Dizzle McFizzle says, "Sending love from Green Bay. Do you have a P.O. box? I want to send you guys some cheese."
Oh, we need to work on it. We need to work on a P.O. box.
What kind of cheese?
Someone told me, can you write that somewhere, like as a note, like let's set up a P.O. box. People can send us a bunch of shit from abroad. People want to send us like snacks and stuff. Someone wanted to send us stuff from Maryland. What kind of snacks are there in Maryland? But I'd be curious to try. Yeah, we need to set up a P.O. box somewhere. Like, let's do that, folks.
I'll work on it.
I think that's enough tragedy in Gaza. Please keep Palestine in your thoughts. Gaza in your minds. Do not let Israel get away with this. Let us move. What do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about Sarde right now, or do we want to talk about Gal Gadot?
Let's do Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot? Let's keep everybody waiting for that juicy content that y'all are waiting for. Do you think Midday and Moine are watching live right now? If they are, hello. How's it going, guys? This is going to be a fun segment. We promise. No drama. No drama.
I didn't want to talk about it.
We have been postponing this topic for like 2 weeks.
Because I don't miss like Lebanese hate comments.
We're not going to get any hate comments.
We're definitely going to get hate comments.
No. We're not going to say anything hateful about them. We're just going to, say what we've heard. Is it wrong to share, to talk about rumors that we've heard? Let's talk about Gal Gadot, and then we'll get to Sarde. Folks, Snow White, the upcoming Snow White movie starring Gal Gadot as the Wicked Witch, which is perfect casting, and Rachel Zegler as... Whoopsie. Rachel, there's nothing to hide here, don't worry, folks. Rachel Zegler as Snow White, the titular Snow White. Lots of controversy surrounding the film. Let's first start with the fact that it's been banned in Lebanon, supposedly. I have a source that works in a movie theater, that works for a movie theater. They operate a movie theater. It is 99% canceled. They have not received any materials to promote the film. No marketing packages, no posters, no nothing, no materials. There's not a single coming soon list in Lebanon that has it listed. It is most likely banned. Now, to be fair, we heard the same thing about Captain America, and it was delayed for like a full month until they eventually did release it here. But as of yet, there is no word on the release of Snow White. And to be fair, Captain America, there's like one Israeli character. She plays a pretty minor role. You could probably, like, she doesn't affect the movie. Here, it's like the main villain. It's the co-star it's the co-lead, essentially, of the film, being Gal Gadot, who was an IDF soldier, and our country was literally, again, at war with Israel. It'd be pretty weird to go to a movie starring a soldier that is responsible for bombing our people. You know what I'm saying? So, in that sense, the film is most likely banned. We will give you an update if it isn't banned. I think that's pretty based, okay? Banning Gal Gadot films should be...
Her films were always banned in Lebanon.
Her films are always banned, and like banning Gal Gadot films should be a public service in every country of the world. Like, she's a horrible actress. Like, she is the worst actress. There's this, I think Watch Mojo made this little montage of her worst line her worst line reads. There's one that they didn't include that kind of made me sad. And she just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yo, like, how fucking insane is that? Let's just watch this. How bad is she, bro? Her worst line deliveries.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile. Kalel, no.
That one.
Lord, you're putting yourself and everyone else in grave danger. I need you to give me the stone. What happened to it?
What did you say?
So exciting.
Very interested to find the men who bought them.
Because it's crazy.
Why should I help you? Because we're asking you nicely.
Just tell me what it costs to get her away from me. Name a price. I'll buy the whole damn boat if I have to.
Who are you? The lasso of Hastia compels you to reveal the truth. Now, who are you?
So bad.
Enough.
I said enough. As Amazons, this is our duty.
You have no idea what kind of power you're dealing with.
There's one more line in Batman v Superman when, like, there's Doomsday. She's like, no, Kal-El, he feeds off some kind of energy. I'm like, oh my god, bro. She's like a black hole of charisma. If there's charisma in the room, she sucks it in and, like, destroys it. So she just got awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and then she had, like, some pretty choice words to say at, like, the event. Now, there was, like, some protests and stuff. Here, let's just first let's just check the reviews for Snow White. They're pretty bad. It's at like a 47% on Rotten Tomatoes as of this filming, and like most people, and like it's not, people aren't saying that it's like just saying that it's bad. They are calling out Gal Gadot, and I'm not just saying that because she's like Israeli or was in the IDF. They're literally saying that she was horrible and she's the worst part of the film. So here I'm just gonna search Gal Gadot's name in the reviews here, and these are just the blurbs on Rotten Tomato. But like here, so Eric Goldman from I love Eric Goldman from YouTube. He used to be on Screen Junkies. He says, after so much pre-hate, Snow White is decidedly okay. Rachel Zegler is the best thing about it, thanks to her singing talent, charm, and natural Disney princess energy. Gal Gadot is miscast, and those dwarves really look off. Where else? Who else mentions Gal Gadot here?
I haven't seen the dwarves.
Really, they look pretty scary. Well, apparently, so they weren't gonna be dwarves at first. Like they cast like actual people. Like there was like a black dude, like there was like an actual like little person in there. It was like a diverse group of like humans, and the internet freaked the fuck out. They're like, "Are you trying to make
the dwarves into a diverse group of humans?"
Yeah, so the internet was like, "You're going to walk with Snow White? Where are the dwarves? I want my dwarves." So like Disney panicked, reshot half of the movie, brought on like put in the CGI dwarves. That like the budget has ballooned to like over $200 million. It's like pretty fucking insane. But yeah, so here. More Gal Gadot mentions. But aside from Rachel Zegler's powerful performance, there is little else to enjoy from this clumsy, poorly conceived, and cynical live-action Disney remake. Even Gal Gadot's hilariously bad line reads are not worth the trip to the theater. I would actually want to watch the movie just to see how bad Gal Gadot is. That would be pretty funny to me. Gal Gadot feels like she's in complete... Okay, so Tessa Smith says, Rachel Zegler proves what talent she is, nailing every song with her beautiful voice, but that's the only good part. Gal Gadot feels like she's in a completely different movie, and the dwarves are nightmare fuel. So anyways, these are some of the reviews. Let's see if it dropped from 47% on Rotten... Not that Rotten Tomatoes is the end-all, be-all for a movie. Go see... Make your own opinions, folks, about movies. You know what I mean? You don't need no website to tell you. What's going on here? Again, my laptop's going to explode. You can double check on if it's still at 47%. Now, before we switch to Rachel Zegler, let's continue. Actually, yeah, let's move on to, then we'll come back to Rachel Zegler. Then we'll jump to,
What do you want to do?
We're going to finish with Gal Gadot. So Gal Gadot was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but before getting her star, she did an interview with Variety, and she was speaking out about Israel. Like, I had to advocate for the hostages. So let's just read a little bit of what Gal Gadot had to say about the hostages in Israel. As an blah blah blah, she was a dancer, blah blah blah. I discovered something while playing ex-Mossad agent Giselle Yashar over 3 installments of the Fast and the Furious franchise, blah blah blah. She became on boosting her visibility. Who cares? Let's just get to the juicy part, folks, which is what y'all want to hear. Blah blah blah. God damn it, where is that shit? Okay, after October 7th, she can be regarded, always rooted in speaking on behalf of the voiceless, even when her statements have sparked devices. There's people because there's so much going on and so many bots. Okay, despite that reach, it can generate a level of visibility and can be a double-edged sword for a performer from Israel, especially one who's willing to speak publicly outside her work about the complex political issues of her home country. There is a challenge for people to speak on social media because there is so much hate going on and so many bots and so many angry people that are looking for a cause, Gadot says. Although she acknowledges the frivolity with which celebrity opinions can be regarded, she says her advocacy is always rooted in speaking on behalf of the voiceless, even when her statements and the events that inspired them have sparked divisive reactions. After October 7th, I don't talk politics, because who cares about the celebrity talking about politics? I'm an artist. I want to entertain people. I want to bring hope and be a beacon of light whenever I say anything about the world, Gadot says. But on October 7th, when the people were abducted from their homes, from their beds, men, women, children, elderly, Holocaust survivors, were going through the horrors of what happened that day, I could not be silent. I was shocked by the amount of hate, by the amount of how much people think they know when they actually have no idea, and also by how the media is not fair many times. So I had to speak up. So I had to. I'm bringing the khir back, folks. She reiterates that her investment in these issues is deeply personal. I'm not a hater. I'm a grandchild of a Holocaust survivor who came to Israel and established his family from scratch after his entire family was erased in Auschwitz. And on the other side of my family, I'm 8th generation Israeli, and I'm an indigenous person of Israel. Okay, so what is an indigenous person of Israel, first of all? And how could you be an 8th generation Israeli if Israel has only existed for like 77 years? What does that mean? I saw a tweet about that, like, were you popping out babies at like 9 years old? What's happening here? Where's my mouse? Okay, my mouse died, folks. Technical difficulties. Wait, where's that tweet? I saw that cool tweet. We saw that, blah, blah, blah.
Haley gifted more memberships.
Haley, God bless you. We love you.
Oh, the Broken Carpenter says, hello from Yakima, Washington. I don't know if that's right. Yes, herb is legal in Washington. Okay.
Hell
Wish
yeah.
I could send some of my medical brownies to your P.O. box.
Oh my
but
God.
For the money legalization.
No, we'll all go to jail. Thank you.
We wish as well.
That'll be
And we
fucking
love
awesome.
you. Thank you.
We love you. So Susan Abul Hawa says, these colonizers want to be indigenous so badly. Israel has only existed for 77 years. To be an 8th generation Israeli means that each of her 4 mothers was popping out babies at 9 years old. Her real name is Gal Greenstein, by the way. Like all lying, thieving Zionists, her family changed their name to sound relevant to the land. God damn. I think I even popped open her Wikipedia at some point. Where is it? Gal Gadot, yeah, like where are her parents from? Let's check this out. Background. Gal Gadot was born on April 30. Where she initially lived, she was born to Jewish parents of Ashkenazi descent. Her mother's roots are Czech and Polish, while her father's are Austrian, Russian, and German. What'd you say about being indigenous to fucking Israel? Girl, you're white.
Gerd.
You're white.
What are you talking about?
Go back to Europe. Okay, tell your parents to go back to Europe.
Just stop.
Or just, allow Palestinians to live side by side next to you.
Just don't talk.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it.
You don't have to. You don't have to say nothing. So those are her thoughts.
Don't talk, in fact, and don't act.
Do we want to watch her speech? She reiterates that her investment in these issues is deeply personal. I'm not a hater. I'm a grandchild of a Holocaust survivor who came to Israel. Oh, we read that, right? I'm indigenous. I'm all about the humanity, she emphasizes. And I felt like I had to advocate for the hostages. But even after fielding occasional criticism for some of her statements, she insists that when your compass is clear, your conscience is clean. I know what I'm advocating for, and I know what I wish for the world. I'm praying for better days for all, she continues. I want everybody to have good life and prosperity, the ability to raise their children and save environment. I don't know what this accent is becoming. Now the mother of 4 daughters, goddamn, okay, that's enough. Boom! Shubat fi. So these were pro-Israeli protesters gathered at her walk of Star of whatever. That's what you want to see at your event. Pro-Israeli protesters. Also, I'm sorry, how fucked up that Gal Gadot got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and Willem Dafoe, arguably one of the greatest thespians to walk this earth, folks. He's had a fucking poppin' career in Hollywood for over 40 years, okay? He's had a lot of better roles, but he's the Green fucking Goblin. And he only just got his star last year in 2024. And Gal Gadot, who's been in a couple of Fast and Furious movies, and Wonder Woman, she's getting a star, like now? What? Who makes these decisions, bro? Is it just because people feel bad because of like the hostages and shit, bro? I swear to God, that's what it is. Dear Lord. DEI. Talk about some DEI, god damn it. That's DEI right there. DEI higher. Anyways. Do you want to watch her speech at the Hollywood Walk of Fame, or do people have enough Gal Gadot?
No, I would hate to watch her speech
No
or
speech?
listen to anything she has to say.
Okay, let's just listen to.
I think chat agrees. Let me know.
Oh my God!
Thank you. Wow.
Stop.
I'm really trying hard to keep it together.
Oh, they're saying you buy those stars.
You buy the stars. Well, that makes sense. That's lame. That's fucking lame. Willem Dafoe would never buy a star. I think people can nominate you or something.
And they're saying no for the video.
No for the video? Okay. We listen
No
to our
more-
audience, folks.
No more IDF Barbie.
Don't tell us we don't listen to you. Here we go. Boom. It's closed. No more. Let's make fun of Rachel Zegler. I'm kidding. So why does the internet hate Rachel Zegler so much? Okay, I get why the world hates this IDF terrorist, you know, but Rachel Zegler, Snow White. So the first reason is racism, okay? When people heard Snow White, they wanted a white girl, a purely pale girl to play Snow White. Rachel Zegler, I believe, is maybe half Colombian. Okay, she's not the whitest girl in the world. That already drove. And you know who's angry about this the most, which is what like the sad thing is like 35 to 40-year-old YouTubers, bro. Like those are the people that are angry.
And men.
Men, they're mainly all men, bro. Like this movie is for children, little girls to go watch with their moms, bro. Like it's all angry bearded men yelling on YouTube like, why is Disney ruining all my childhood dreams? Like your childhood was fucking Snow White. I watched Snow White as a kid. I enjoyed the film, but it's like, it ain't for you, bro. Don't be getting mad. But they're just farming anger. They're just farming YouTube views. You know what I mean? They're jumping on the hate wagon. It's the easiest thing to go against. Like, woke Hollywood sucks. Look up channels like Nerdrotic and shit like that. That's all they do, okay? They might think this is the greatest movie of all time, but if they say it in front of their audience, they'll abandon them. So this interview, though, has come to haunt Rachel Zegler and, like, Disney as a whole. Let's just watch. I don't think it was that fucking bad, but like, hey, people literally hated Rachel after that interview.
That stage.
When am I not crying in public? It's so upsetting.
Why were you crying?
Oh my gosh, I saw the wait.
Do you want to become a software
Folks, YouTube
engineer?
Premium is coming. YouTube Premium is on the way.
We have to stream you subscribing to YouTube
No one's gonna
Premium.
believe me, right? Here, let's see.
See, we didn't even see, but I saw the logo and I went, that's my name, Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out.
What was it like seeing yourself for the first time in full Snow White drag?
I love that description. It's perfect. Oh my God, well, when you get to wear Sandy Powell, first of all, insane. And then you get to be lit by Mandy Walker and Nadia Stacey designed your hair and makeup. It's like the most incredible thing in the world. And then all of a sudden you open your eyes and you watch the playback, which I never do.
So far, so good. She's appreciating the artist she's working with. She's excited, like as an artist. It's very, very lovable so far.
And I saw myself on screen and I just wanted to throw up. I was so happy about it. And it was the most incredible experience. And the fan reaction was insane. We didn't even see what they were clapping for. I think it was good. I don't know.
Sizzle. We
Yeah.
didn't see anything. We're still waiting.
You see yourself as the evil queen. You are not evil. You are not evil. You're a queen.
Shut up, bro.
Oh, yes, she is.
Shut up, bro. Everybody
Yes,
knows
she
she's
is.
evil. The whole internet fucking hates her, bro, okay? You just saw that montage we just saw?
But you're not evil.
She
What was
looks
it like
like her
seeing
evil stepmother.
She definitely... It was honestly like Disney perfect casting. Seriously. Really great casting.
yourself as the evil queen for the first time?
We did not see the clip.
She said
so
Nazi.
I
You heard her. She said, you're the Nazi. I'm a Nazi.
still haven't seen anything. But when I was in makeup, just like she said, we got to work with such an amazing crew, and it was just like the best it could ever be. I must say that for me, also the transition for the old hag was incredible because it was all real prosthetic.
That's right. She becomes an old hag too. This is perfect. She's an evil witch and an old hag. Oh, perfect.
And all of
You
that.
were in
and
the chair for like 4 hours.
4 hours and changing the voice and everything. I feel so lucky that I got to play something that is so far from what I know and what I'm used to.
Was this the
And
interview?
I super enjoyed every second of it.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it.
Oh, there it is.
On
There we
stage.
go.
What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be.
So all of this had the incels.
What?
The prince? He's not gonna be like. She said not gonna be. It's not 1936. That drove them crazy because everybody wants to go back to the good old days. Make America great again. The family unit. Oh, little Nata.
Show them the cone.
Little Nata. She's got a little cone on. She got spades. She hates me. She lunged at me yesterday after.
She's so angry in her little cone.
I take the cone off to let her eat. I put the cone on back after she ate yesterday. She literally like lunged at me to like attack me after I put the cone on. She's adorable. She hates the cone, but not that. Only a couple more days and it's over, baby. I love you, little baby. I love you. So right here, you know, all the right wingers. Everybody wants the traditional family unit. You know what I mean? The charming prince. They hate Rachel Zegler right now.
Dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be.
Girl boss, like everybody hates that. Like she doesn't want to be saved by the prince. She wants to be a girl boss. She wants to be a CEO. So again, what are 35 to 40-year-old angry men on YouTube gonna get angry about? She doesn't want to be saved by a man. What do you mean? She wants to be a strong, independent girl boss. Like, and they hate her.
If she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign. I am.
Oh, there's a part where she kept saying like weird, weird, weird. Let me try to find that. Nour, I'm gonna cut to you.
Plenty of reasons for old white men to be upset. Robbie, 1985, and Akhwat both sent YouTube Premium funds.
Oh, they sent YouTube Premium fonts? Funds. Oh, thank you. That's why we need that. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I'm behind on YouTube Premium, aren't I? So
And stop sending funds.
The original
for
cartoon
YouTube
came out in
Premium.
1937.
So this is also what drove people mad, right here. How can I hate shorts. Okay.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. The original cartoon came out in 1937,
weird.
and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. We have a different approach to what I'm
people
sure
hate
a lot
Rachel Zegler because of that interview. She also supported.
What? That's so cute.
She also supported Donald. She spoke out against Donald Trump. So here was a set of tweets that had come out a few months ago. Rachel Zegler hopes Trump supporters never know peace. Tells her followers to get off X because Elon Musk supported Trump. If you guys, this is Disney Snow White, by the way. If you guys want to read a little bit of that, so this was on her Instagram story. I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred, leaning us towards a world I do not want to live in, leaning us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in, leaning us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want, leaning us towards a world that is fearful. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I'm heartbroken for my friends who awoke in fear this morning. I am here with you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should not have been so by so many votes. I echo Ethel Kane's statement more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. There's also a deep, deep sickness in this country that is shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man who threatens our democracy. It is terrifying the number of people who stand behind what this man preaches. It is a foolish subscription to a false sense of security, of masculinity, of intelligence, of patriotism, and of humanity. Look, so far she's kind of spitting. There's no help, no counsel in any of them. I could go on. I won't. I feel sad. You probably do too. Fuck this. Get off Elon's app, by the way. The fuck are you doing? They're eating you up on Twitter. I don't use that app for a reason. He helped that man get elected and you're giving him business. I was talking about finding catharsis in art. I don't care if you're going to pick a fight with me. It's been done before. Find something real to be mad at today. There's plenty to go around. Look, just on the Twitter thing. I'm sorry, Instagram Threads is not the same, okay? Twitter is still top fucking notch for news, and Instagram Threads makes it a point not to push news and stuff like that. So I need fucking Twitter for news, bro. So yeah, until there's an actual replacement, I have to stay on Twitter. And finally, she says, okay, that's all. Going on stage for Act 2 now. I need to get off my soapbox before I get too heated. Sending love to everyone who needs it today. May we all carry each other through the worst and hold these politicians accountable. Your dem govs just got very important. They already were, but hey, follow your governors. Hold them accountable. Local government, blah, blah, blah. I will love through these 4 years as best I can. And she ends it by saying, fuck Donald Trump. So shortly after that, she had to take it back and issue an apology. Because Disney was like, hey, you're pissing people off. So she posted, what is her, where is her, she said, hatred and anger. So here's what she releases. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding. And I'm sorry I contributed to the negative discourse. She wrote in an Instagram story. This week has been emotional for so many of us, but I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their opinion, even when it differs from my own. I am committed to contributing positively towards a better tomorrow. Like, if this, like, I could already imagine the Disney PR person typing this up. It's the most soulless response, but she has to do it to keep the overlords at Disney happy because she's starring in a $200 million movie. And, I mean, look, if the movie doesn't make money, it's not because of Rachel Zegler. It's because the movie looks like fucking trash.
Water break.
You gotta do
drink your water.
Drink your water, folks. You need to drink at least like 2 to 3 liters a day.
Go get your bottle right now.
I do a lot of yapping on this show, so I need my drinking. So yeah, but like the hate for Rachel Zegler is pretty unhinged on the internet. Like I must say, like if you just type up her name on here, I wrote Snow White woke. Okay, I searched Snow White woke on YouTube.
Snow White woke.
Look at all the videos that you get. This is bad. Theaters are empty. Disney panics as theaters are empty for Rachel Zegler Snow White. Diabolical. Woke messaging and Snow White slammed. You scroll down a little bit. She just won't stop. Rachel Zegler causes backlash again days before Disney Snow White release. Woke Snow White actress destroyed by critics. Rachel Zegler Snow White is already imploding. And like, look, they're trying to make her look like hysterical in the thumbnails. Another stinker. Douglas Murray slams woke remake of Snow White. This is on Sky News Australia, bro. Like, it's not even like some weird random YouTubers. Like, Sky News is calling it woke. It's kind of crazy. Obviously, you got fucking Tim Pool. Woke Snow White will bomb. Insane trigger warning. So, like, it's getting... and they're all men. These are all fucking men. Okay, there's a woman. Sydney Watson. Okay, fair enough. But, like, a lot of these people are just fucking dudes, bro. Running these fucking... Ryan Kinnell. Like, come on, bro. And this guy, he's part of the... Yeah, this guy is part of the nerd-rotic fucking squad of shit. So, anyways, it's kind of unhinged. And another thing that kind of I found fucking insane. Someone posted this, okay? It's a close-up of her back. And they zoomed in, and, like, look, you can see some, like, hair fibers, okay? In Arabic, we call that wabr. It's not even, like, full hair.
Like peach fuzz.
It's like peach fuzz. It's like that little thin hair that everybody has, bro, all over their body. Men, women, don't matter. So... And I love the tweet by Mary Kate. She says, so many men have clearly never seen a woman up close in their whole lives. So you got David Santa Carla being like, this is why Disney is about to lose $300 million because Snow White is hairy. And then if you click on this actual thing and scroll down to read some of the replies, folks, it is horrifying. So like here, they're like, Snow White tanks at the box office. Rachel Zegler, as if she's Chewbacca. That has 11,000 likes, bro.
I'm sorry, as if they can ever get her.
Right?
It's like, excuse me.
Like, okay, that's the same guy. This guy says back hair is hot with a fire emoji. Matt 40 says I can shave her. Gummer says, oh my god, what the fuck? No way that's real. Like, what?
Ew, what the fuck?
And he shares another photo. He's like, oh, it'd be real. Here's another photo with her back. Like, dude, what the fuck, dude? Are you crazy? This person's just like crying on here. The new Snow White trailer looks pretty fierce, in my opinion. Okay, this guy's defending it. Raw Egg Nationalist says, I'm glad supper was fully digested and unable to repeat on me. Just disgusting. CDR Rockwell says, this is just absolutely disgusting. Again, these people are crazy, bro. Okay, now this person, tell me you've never dated a Hispanic or Latina girl with telling me you have never dated a Hispanic or Latina girl. Fun fact, it's genetic trait. It's a genetic trait. Blah, blah, blah. Real women don't have hairy backs. That's what, dude? The only people in the world who are hairless are small children. Why do you need your women to resemble small children? And yeah, a lot of people are pointing out that like this fetish or this obsession with like completely hairless women is like could point to like some sign of pedophilia or something.
I totally agree.
Yeah, don't be out there being like, I need my women to be fully hair. Like, what the fuck, bro? That's fucking creepy. Stop judging people's bodies, especially like women's bodies. If you're some fucking fat fucking dude sitting behind your fucking laptop, you nasty fucks. So that's just how far the hatred has gotten. Here's another Rachel Zegler stuns as she pays homage to Adriana Casolari, the original voice of Snow White. And again, if you go down to the comments, cringe. When is she going to apologize for insulting Walt and his original film? Like, what? Walt Disney's fucking dead, bro. She doesn't need to apologize to Walt Disney. And then this person, Base Jesus, says Snow White is white. Again, hinting that she's not white enough to be Snow White. This person says, homage. She literally hates the OG Snow White storyline. I thought she hated the original after all the negative things she said about it. Ironic, she's now using it to garner positive publicity. And this is how she says, weird. She said she hated the original film, Lamau. She is so desperate now! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. They're pretty fucking crazy, aren't they? Who did it better? Dude, she looks fucking gorgeous. What are you talking about, man? She's a great Snow White. They should have had her hair done this way in the movie. Snow Brown is not Snow White. Okay, so fun times on Twitter.
As usual.
And
I could play Snow White.
Yeah, technically, I mean, you would appease the right wingers. You would appease the YouTube incels. Now she looks like she's white enough for me. The هول الأجواء على YouTube. While I double check on the list of topics, any chats we got to read? Anybody saying anything interesting here? Anybody disagreeing with us? Does anybody agree with all this Rachel Zegler hate?
Is this the Last Jedi mug?
It is a Last Jedi mug. I did not buy this. Anthony. This was a gift. I did not buy the Last Jedi mug. I do not hate the Last Jedi as much as other people, but it is a horrible sequel to The Force Awakens, and it set the trilogy off to a horrible thing. Yeah, I will not defend The Last Jedi a lot here, but a little bit. Let's see what we got.
Also, wait until those men find out that some women have hormonal imbalances.
Oh yeah, oh my God, they're never gonna find anyone that pleases them. What, you have hair? Oh my God, there's hair on your back. Leave my room right now. Leave my house. Like, can you imagine that scenario? Okay, well, we're gonna move on to Sarde, folks, because we're almost done. Unless you guys want to talk about, let's talk about J.K. Rowling first, and then we'll do Sarde. Since J.K. Rowling is kind of a similar vibe, it's a much shorter topic. Could you find the Emma Watson and Rupert Grint stuff for me?
Yeah.
In the meantime, so J.K. Rowling, folks, had a tweet on the Twitter. Oh, whoopsie, this from last week. So J.K. Rowling tweeted this out a couple days ago. She quote tweeted the following tweet. Wolf of X said, "What actor slash actress instantly ruins a movie for you?" J.K. Rowling says, 3 guesses. Sorry, but that was irresistible. I'm from London. I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of the UK or England. Right? We love our British viewers. If we have any British viewers,
let us know in the chat.
If you're from the UK, if you're watching from London, let us know in the comment section. Would you like a chippy, a fried chippy, a cheeky Nando's?
I would love to open a PO box. I really want international snacks.
We want your snacks. Send us your snacks,
and
JK.
I really want to try Cheez-Its.
We don't have Cheez-Its in Lebanon?
No.
Like the crackers? The cheese crackers?
We don't have them.
I don't like Cheez-Its, I'll be honest with you.
I want to try
I don't like that processed cheese taste. So J.K. Rowling going after Daniel fucking Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson. Like, she's going after the big 3. And look, I'm guessing it's because they like publicly tried to distance themselves from her after she went on like all these tirades against trans people. As you guys know, she's constantly called like a TERF. People call her a TERF because she hates trans people. Can you also find me like examples of her being a TERF? Here, let me Google that right now.
Okay, I'm Googling something.
Googling Emma Watson. Yeah, Google Emma Watson. I'll Google. What's her name again? J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
Rowling being a TERF. A complete breakdown of the J.K. Rowling transgender. Okay, there we go. Glamour. Glamour broke it down for us. No. Hopefully, Glamour isn't going to ask for no premium subscription because I ain't paying for it. A complete breakdown of the J.K. Rowling transgender comments controversy. So she's made tons of tweets, tons of comments, hating on the trans community. She doesn't consider trans women to be women, and she's been a pretty loud advocate on that. Now, look, I don't agree with that opinion, but like people can have different opinions, I guess. But the problem is she's so like hateful about it, and she constantly talks about it, and she's asked to like not talk about it, but she makes it a point to be controversial and talk about it. So she just makes you not want to support her. And it's enough. And it's enough to not support. If you like disagree with what she says, you can totally hate on her. But the fact that that's what she believes, and she's very stubborn about it in like a shitty kind of way. So what did J.K. Rowling say exactly? On June 6, 2020, Rowling retweeted an op-ed piece that discussed people who menstruate, apparently taking issue with the fact that the story did not use the word women. People who menstruate, I'm sure there's used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out. Wumben, wimpunt. Okay, I do find it when people say people who menstruate to be weird, but that's like, how often does that actually happen? Have you ever been called the person that menstruates, Nour, or have you been called a woman?
No, I've been called a woman.
Exactly. So these things don't happen. It's like fake outrage it's over like those teachers. It's like what, one teacher in one high school that like peed in a litter box once, and now it's used as an example forever. These crazy blue-haired people want to pee in litter boxes. It's kind of insane. So she kept on going. Here she says, if sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. She also replies to her own tweet and says, the idea that women like me, who've been empathetic to trans people for decades, feeling kinship because they're vulnerable in the same way as women, i.e. to male violence, hate trans people because they think sex is real and has lived consequences, is a nonsense. Now, if that were it, I think I would be like, yeah, I mean, maybe if she believes that like women are threatened by the existence of, or what is she saying? But she said way more like fucked up shit, to be honest with you. I respect every trans person's right to live in any way that feels authentic and comfortable. I'd march with you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I do not believe it's hateful. So I guess she just doesn't want to call. I respect every trans person's right to live in any way that feels authentic and comfortable.
I sent you the Emma Watson tweet. At Twitter.
Twitter? Okay, I'll open Twitter.
Is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yay, we're back.
We're back, folks. Oh, Emma Watson is on Twitter. Let me turn on the light. And I'm proud to be an American.
Stop.
Where at least I know I'm free. So yeah, so she kept going crazy, okay, tweeting the stuff. I've never felt as shouted down, ignored, and targeted as a lesbian within our supposed GLBT community as I have over the past couple of years. Anyways, she got fan backlash, etc., etc. They made the Harry Potter game a couple of years ago, and the developer like put a trans character in there just to like fuck with J.K. Rowling. But a lot of people boycotted the game because they didn't want to support her financially, etc. So Emma Watson, for example, went on Twitter and said, trans people are who they say they are and deserve to live their lives without being constantly questioned or told they aren't who they say they are. I want my trans followers to know that I and so many other people around the world see you, respect you, and love you for who you are. I donate to Mermaids Gender and Mama Cash. If you can, perhaps you'll feel inclined to do the same. Happy Pride 2020. Sending love. So this was like a backhanded response, you know, to J.K. Rowling. And this is Daniel Radcliffe. Says, rupture with J.K. Rowling over trans rights is really sad. Blah, 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 blah. Harry Potter star Daniel Radcliffe described in his rupture as really sad. He said that despite her role in his life, it doesn't mean that you owe the things you truly believe to someone else for your entire life. Radcliffe's comments came in an interview with The Atlantic. What do you say? Transgender women are women. Okay, so in 2020, Radcliffe subsequently issued a statement through LGBTQ suicide prevention group, the Trevor Project, saying transgender women are women. Any statement to the contrary erases the identity and dignity of transgender people and goes against all advice given by professional healthcare associations who have far more expertise on the subject matter than either Joe or I. Radcliffe told The Atlantic, I'd worked with the Trevor Project for 12 years and it would have seemed like, I don't know, immense cowardice to me to say nothing. I wanted to try and help people that had been negatively affected by the comments, and to say that if those are Joe's views, then they are not the views of everybody associated with the Potter franchise. He added, I did have a realization of a connection to Harry Potter and the stuff. A lot of people found some solace in those books and films who were dealing with feeling closeted or rejected by their family or living with a secret. Radcliffe also says he had no direct contact with Rowling since the controversy erupted. It makes me really sad, ultimately, because I do look at the person I met, the times that we met, and the books that she wrote, and the world she created, and all that is so, to me, deeply empathetic. Now, I have to, like, personally, when I look back at the movies or the books, there is nothing overtly, like, racist about them or transphobic or homophobic or anything like that. I've been told that with time, like, if you look back on it, they're pretty racist. Like, yeah, there are no minority characters almost. There was, like, the one Asian character, Cho Chan, I forgot her name, and maybe that being her name was kind of racist. There was, like, one Indian. There was one Indian girl. There was one, Harry Potter had, like, one black friend. So maybe that was pretty racist. And then she, after the fact, made Dumbledore gay. And look, I would never blame anyone who doesn't feel comfortable either reading those books or engaging with that whole franchise anymore.
Yeah, her name is Cho Chang.
Cho
Chang.
Cho Chang. Yeah,
so that's pretty racist.
I always found like that was isn't that like a racist thing? Like, hey, what's your name? Ching Chong? One Asian character. Cho Chan. There we go. That's our Asian character. So, I mean, it's just kind of fucked that she's going after the big three. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, look, their lives would not be the same without J.K. Rowling. I remember I used to have all those movies on DVD. I've watched all the bonus features. I saw all those behind-the-scenes little documentaries of little Daniel Radcliffe running around, little Emma Watson, and they're all hanging out with like, Auntie Jo behind the scenes and, like, having a grand old time. Now, obviously, do they owe her fucking loyalty for saying stupid shit? No, it's like...
Nope.
It's like being friends with Ethan Klein, and then Ethan gets on his podcast and starts saying Zionist shit, and then he gets sad that his friends aren't defending him in public. Stop saying Zionist shit, and your friends won't have a problem defending you, or won't care about being associated with you. But if you're like J.K. Rowling, constantly talking about like, well, trans women aren't women, just why do you care so much? You know what I mean? Why do you just fucking chill out? You have all this power and influence.
No one's gonna back you up if you're a piece of shit.
Use it for good. Yeah, exactly.
A.U. Watson says JK lives in Scotland and we fucking hate her. P.S. Love you, Nour. I love you too.
Damn, she lives in Scotland?
Dana Ahmad is asking Anthony, what's your favorite dish?
What's my favorite dish?
Mine is mloukhiyya.
I love shish barak. It's a very good dish. It's a Lebanese dish.
That's
it's very good. It's like dumplings stuffed with meat and with like yogurt and rice and like garlic and what's the green stuff? Kizabra. How do you say kizabra? It's like coriander, I think. Coriander. It's really fucking tasty. It's really good. And it's like dough dumplings. Like, it's just so fucking tasty.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Someone's saying you should Google J.K. Rowling mold.
Mold? What does that mean? I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Maybe
scary.
you should Google it before. You should look it up first. As a protective barrier. Protect my sensitive eyes. I gotta protect you guys. This computer's connected to live streaming software, folks. We can't show you nothing dangerous. But yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of crazy. Fuck J.K. Rowling, to be honest with you. She seems like a horrible person. It's just that, you know, it's just funny that she's going like, she's not even making it like, she's not trying to be clever about it. It's like very obvious she's going after the big three. And are you guys gonna watch the series on HBO? Let us know. But it's time to stop wasting time and get to the topic that our Lebanese audience clicked this video for. Sarde After Dinner.
Wait, I'll send you the...
Stop stalling, Nour.
The mold thing.
Stop stalling. We got to talk about it.
I don't want to.
Sarde After Dinner.
I'm airdropping you.
Is it really worth checking out?
It's stupid. It's funny.
All right, read comments in the meantime. No dead air.
I was checking it out. Just a person. I love you too.
Sorry, but is that black mold growing up the walls of her house? Is that why she's the way she is?
That's what I found. I don't know. This is what you're talking about.
That does look like mold. Well, if that's it, that was a pretty funny meme. Anyways, folks, Sarde After Dinner. To our audience that does not know what we're talking about, we will try to give you...
Yeah, they're saying she has brain mold.
Brain mold. No.
Okay.
Is everybody excited? Everybody ready to go?
We can proceed.
So Sarde After Dinner, here, let me switch to Desktop React, is Lebanon's most, I would say arguably most popular podcast. They have 226,000 subscribers. It is hosted by Mouain Jabir and Medea. I don't know her last name. They were a couple. I don't think that was never a secret, was it? Everybody knows they were dating, right?
I don't know if I was stupid, but I found out until very late, like until right before they stopped, that they were dating.
They were dating. They were together.
It never seemed like it.
Look, I never watched too many episodes to know if they were very open about it or like how much of a couple they acted like on the show, but they were a couple. Okay, they hosted a very popular interview show in Lebanon, interview-based podcast. Hosted a whole bunch of guests from like politicians to comedians to actors to athletes, etc. You know what I mean? I'll be honest, I don't usually watch interview-based podcasts in general. I'm not a big fan of interviews. I don't really care about guests. I don't want to ask. I don't even care to like conduct interviews. I don't want to ask people about their day, why they started their career, why did they do what they do. Like, I generally don't care unless the person is like really weird and like interesting to me, you know, like very kooky, like a weird TikTok character. I'll spend 6 hours with them. I'll do a documentary. I'll spend a week with them. But like, don't sit me in front of someone and me have to ask about like their career or like, why did you start singing? Why did you start acting? I don't care. I truly don't care. But that's their show, and it did very well for them. And it is, I would say, the one like Lebanese podcast that like transcended YouTube and social media. Like boomers watched Sarde, old people that never engage with social media or like memes or Instagram and stuff would watch the show. So I'll give it that. Like, it was definitely a very successful show.
My Russian painting teacher used to watch them so she could learn Arabic.
Yeah, I think a lot of other people did that. Like, all their episodes were like subtitled, etc. Now, one of my problems with the show was that I never felt like it really represented Lebanon very well. They kind of mostly, I would say, represent like the elites in Lebanon. You know what I mean? Sort of like but, which is fine. Not every podcast has to appeal to everyone. Not every podcast has to be host like the same kind of people aren't going to host the same podcast. But like, to me, I felt like the show was a little bit out of touch with the day-to-day reality of like your average Lebanese viewer. And I think it sends a different image of Lebanon that I don't think applies to everyone. You know what I mean? And I also think they were kind of sometimes involved with some sketchy situations. Like, they were part of a political party called Mintashrin that started at like during the revolution in October with like some dude, I forgot what his name was, Maroon. He wore like the big fedora. He like stole a bunch of money from people. Like, there was some questionable stuff.
I don't know.
Some questionable ties. Now, I'll be honest. Now, a lot of the OGs watching this right now will know my history with Sarde. I used to work with Mouain. Mouain was a friend of mine. We worked together for a few years at a company like a number of years ago. And I was supposed to be a guest on their show back like in the early days. Now,
Many years ago.
I only bring this up for the context. This is mission under the bridge, under the core of the earth. We have moved
in the sewers. Yeah.
We have moved on so far from this, but like, I just have to mention it right here, just for putting all my cards on the table. I was supposed to be a guest on Sarde many years ago, and after the Beirut blast happened, there was a famous nightclub called the Grand Factory that kind of like blew up, like a lot of businesses, okay? It like exploded, and there was a lot of heavy damage sustained at the Grand Factory. And they eventually started a fundraiser to rebuild. And like, when I say massive club, it's like a fucking hangar. Like, that thing is fucking massive. And they did a public fundraiser asking people to send money, to donate money so they could rebuild the club. So I was hosting my podcast at the time, and I was like, isn't it weird for like a massive nightclub with like tons of like rich business partners to be asking like the public to fund like their business, essentially? Because there's like hundreds of partners at Grand Factory. Like, half of Lebanon owns shares of that club, and a lot of them are like wealthy. I'm like, it just seemed kind of weird to me. So I talked about it on the podcast. I was like, hey, isn't it weird that they're asking for money to rebuild their club? Me saying that was enough for Mouain and Medea, the host of Sarde, to be like, hey, we're not comfortable with you coming on our show next week. Maybe we'll schedule it for another time, but like, we kind of disagree with what you said. A lot of their friends were shareholders at the Grand Factory, the club, which I didn't shit on it. I just said, why are they begging for money? So that was enough.
It's fine to question, I believe.
I was just asking logical questions, standing up for the people of Lebanon that are, you know, donating their hard-earned money to rebuild the Grand Factory brick by brick. So ever since then, this podcast relationship with Sarde After Dinner has been on rocky. It has crumbled, folks. You You know what I mean? I've never been on their show. They've never been on my show. But it's not the reason why I'm criticizing them or anything. They've had some sketchy guests, and they've platformed people that I don't think they should platform, including Carlos Risson, including some other dude who like was accused of like sexually harassing an intern in France. Like what? And I was too much. You know what I mean? You criticized the Grand Factory. Anyways, that's not the point. Their show is extremely successful. It does great. Like some of their most popular episodes, they have one that did great for them, that went virally on number 40. This one with Omar El-Shugri, who was a prisoner who got to escape Sednaya prison. He got to leave Sednaya prison, the prison in Syria that was operated by Bashar al-Assad, where they tortured thousands of Syrian prisoners. It has 1.7 million views. They have a lot of like really viral episodes. They got to talk to Mia Khalifa a few years ago. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see what I'm looking at right here. This is the episode with the Syrian prisoner. Here's the Mia Khalifa one. And look, millions of views, incredibly successful channel. Like nothing I can say or criticize can take any of their success away. I'm just giving you guys my honest opinion of the show and why I don't personally watch it. But anyways, 9 months ago, they just disappeared. They just up and disappeared. This was their last video, being an expat, and then nothing. If you go to the community tab, or like it's now called posts, a few months ago when the Assad regime fell, you know, they posted a couple of updates, like just a short, but that was it. This was their final update. 9 months ago, it was a season 4 roundup. Let's read it together. It's a picture of Moin and Medea together, the good old days. Here's the Sarde After Dinner season 4 roundup. This season has been one for the books. 200K subscribers on YouTube, tripled our patrons, got a shout out by GQ Middle East, and met some incredible university students that will shape tomorrow. But to be honest, it feels weird to celebrate with everything going on. We don't know if you guys feel the same. Yet one thing we know is that we grew bigger and better through you. In times of crisis, we try to see hope and find a silver lining wherever we go. So why not take this time to spend time with the ones we love and enjoy this summer as much as we can? We love you and we'll see you soon. Hydrate and use sunscreen. Folks, Sarde did not see us soon. Sarde did not come back from after this post.
And we never saw them again.
We never saw them again. That was the last thing they posted. Not long before that, they also had like a cryptic video that they released on Instagram, both of them together.
The depressed video.
They're like, they look depressed, where they're like suffering.
They were crumbling.
They're
Sorry,
like,
I'm laughing.
Yeah, they're like suffering of like exhaustion or something. They're like taking a break. So this was the first.
I really don't want to talk about
this. Was the first sign. Look, if they're not gonna, they've disappeared for 9 months, folks. They've said nothing to their fans. So we are here to ask the questions and give you the answers that Sarde does not want to give you. When rehto? Their Patreon is still up, by the way. Their Patreon, they've been gone for 9 months. They've still, and I'm sorry to mention this, Moin and Medea, do not come for us, but like, y'all are taking money from your patrons for 9 months, and you're not giving anybody an update. Like, you can't do, like, I'm sorry, as someone who has a Patreon, if I take a 2-week break, I'm like sweating bullets. Like, are the patrons gonna leave us?
True.
Are they gonna be mad? They're paying, and I'm not making videos. You disappear for 9 months. You can still go sign up to their Patreon right now. I'm just saying it, okay? I'm not criticizing. I'm just asking questions. Don't you guys miss the old "Do Not Worry"? Isn't this what you wanted? We're back, baby. Yeehaw! Now let's watch their final
this
video.
This video kills me.
مرحبا. أول شيء بدنا نشكركم كل المسجات اللي طلعنا إياهم بس تفرجات وأنا بالمستشفى إن كان على حسابي الخاص على حساب سادة أو كمان على حسابك ميديا. Thank you so much. أنا عادة ما بحب أحكي عن قصص البرايفت، بحب أحكي عن قصص الشخصية لأنه بحس في قصص أهم بكثير عم بتصير بالعالم الناس. نحن كنا واعدينكم نطلع سردة كل جمعة وهالكم جمعة ما كنا عم نعمل هذا الشيء. فقلتنا نعطيكم explanation قصيرة على ليش ما كنا موجودين.
And it's like you could skip a couple of weeks. I make a big deal out of it because I get nervous. Like, oh, the patrons, but like he was in the hospital. He sounds like he was dying. Like his voice doesn't normally sound like
this.
No,
they don't look fine, which is okay.
Yeah, they look miserable. It's like take more time off.
They look really bad. So Anjad and take a break.
They did. This was like a year ago at this point almost. They've been taking a long break.
يوم كنت قالوا لي إنه كان عندي نمونيا. يعني التهاب بالرواية وكانت كتير ادفانس، كانت كتير متطورة وما كنت عم بقدر اتنفس، كان عندي كتير صعوبة. اضطريت اروح على المستشفى لكم يوم كرمال يعطوني انتيبيوتكس ويعالجوني. من هونيك طلعت صورة المستشفى. طلعت منها الحمد لله، مشي حال الانتيبيوتكس وبعد شوي كمان انا عندي موعد مع الحكيم. بس كمان بدي اوضح شيء انه النمونيا كانت جزء من مشكلة اكبر بكتير عم بتصير فينا انا وميديا.
أنا كنت كتير تعبانة صار لي فترة ما كنت عارفة ليه هالقد تعبانة ما كان عندي قوة أعملهم وبتعرفوا كل شيء مشاكل هيك نفسية.
I mean, God bless it. Every couple goes through difficult times. Maybe they were making each other tired. Maybe the reason Midday was feeling so tired was sitting right there, and maybe the reason Moine was getting that pneumonia is sitting right there next to him wearing that blue shirt. Maybe. Hey, we're kidding, folks. We're just joking. Having a good time right here.
ما بيبانوا على الاكس راي مشكلتي انا اكزاكتلي وصرت لمرحله ما كنت في خبي بقى ورا الميك اب فشفت حكيم وقال لي عندك بيرن اوت. البيرن اوت مش بس ضغط بس الشغل ويكون عندي كتير شغل. بوقتها بهيدي الفتره كان بدي اهتم بكتير قصص لحالي مشاكل شخصيه وعائله فمعين قال لي صار وقت تاخدي بريك ترتاحي شوي
تاخد شوية نفس
ايه تاخد شوية نفس انت ما كان عندك نفس
ما كان عندي نفس
بس سو قررنا كمان ناخد اوف ليتل بيت كمان لانه لازم نرتاح
تصير احسن
شوي احسن مثل ما عم بيقول معين فما رح نرجع قبل العيد رح نرجع نشوفكم من بعد العيد مع ضيوف حلوين
ضيوف كثير قوية ثانك يو للبيشنس تبعكم بعرف كانت هيك غيبة شوي ثقيلة بس صدقونا نقول لكم انه I think هذا البريك كلنا كنا عايزينه و can't wait to see you again و thanks again لكل هول المسجز يعني ما استوعبت شو صار. Thank you so much.
So I do think they released a couple of episodes after this video, right? There was a couple of episodes. They did one with Shumakin, and then and then the final one 9 months ago, and then poof, folks, zero. When Bashar al-Assad's regime fell, they released like a short, like a reel, an Instagram reel, like you know what I mean, but like nothing official, no word of them together. Now they have been seen individually across the web. Mu'ayin has been very active on the like conference circuit, going to conferences, talking in conferences,
and the speaking area,
and speaking in conferences, folks. Conferences. So here, let's go to let me cut to a desktop. So these are just from his Instagram. Okay, nothing crazy. Here's Mu'ayin Jabir with Malik Maktabi at the 1 billion summit. Here he is talking about probably content, media, etc., etc. Great, more photos. Excuse me. Technical difficulties, folks. What's happening? Here we go. Let me make this simple. Boom, here he is at another, he's talking with Entertainment Tonight, Mu'ayin Jabir, incredible experience, etc. The founder, the creator of Sarde, folks, the creator of Sarde. This is how, I guess he's positioning him. He is the co-creator of Sarde. Here he is again on stage talking about Sarde. He is the expert. Here he is again wearing a Sarde t-shirt. And he's like, new achievement unlocked, 3 different university talks in 3 different languages. Azam University in Arabic, La Sorbonne University in French, and Harvard University in English. So he's making the rounds, here he is with Medea actually, so he is not hiding her in the closet in this one. Medea he has brought her with him to this event. Again, I'm kidding about the closet, folks, I'm kidding. New achievement unlocked. This is live, we're doing this live. I'm trying to be funny. I would normally cut this out if this wasn't live. I would cut it out, but I can't, okay? We gotta live with it. Mu'ayin Medea, I'm نمزح معكم. ما تزعلوا منا. You have forced my hand. You have disappeared. The people have questions. Here is Mu'ayin again at another event. Winter Arc, thank you to the incredible people at 1 Billion Summit and iMedia Group for believing in our powerful message. So Mu'ayin is hitting like the fucking TEDx speeches every other week. I am the creator of Sarde. I have made Sarde. Sarde is the best. Let me teach you how to make Sarde, and I am the Sarde man. It was good for him. Here's another speech. It's the same speech. He's got the same outfit on. Good for our boy.
That's what he's saying.
Good for our boy. You know what I mean? He's doing all these speeches, but where's Medea? I thought Sarde was Medea and Mu'ayin. When I think of Sarde, I think of Medea and Mu'ayin. Just like when I thought of Shumakin, I would think of Jawad and Rana. We're all getting used to Riwa now. Give it a little bit of time. Everybody's getting there. But like, they were an iconic show. You know what I mean? Again, Sarde, whatever I think about it, whether I like it or not, it's an iconic show. So what happened? Well, we got our first glimpse of what actually kind of happened in this interview that Mu'ayin was giving with at one of these conferences. I hope they don't have music in the back.
What's the most painful thing you've ever been told?
He's not gonna wake up today.
That was something that the doctor once told me when my father was in a coma for 6 days. And that was
That's sad. Here, we don't need to see this because there's music and it's probably copyrighted. Let me just see if this is where she asks him, is Sarde coming back?
that you could do.
Tell me your name and where are you from?
My name is Moin Ali Jaber. I am from...
Okay, we don't... This sounds like copyrighted music, I'll be honest with you guys. I know copyrighted music when I hear it at this point. Here is the other interview.
فريد منعه لأنه بس طول عمر مع أنه قطع بظروف كتير صعبة
بتخليك أنت
music.
أشياء صارت علي وحلقتي مع بيي كمان كنا كتير متوترين أنا وياه.
Sorry, I'm just...
تصوير لأنه أنا عم حاور بيي وهو عم بيتحاور من ابنه.
Sorry guys.
Viewer interviewee و يعني.
Well, they ask him at some point, like, when is Sarde coming back? And then he says, it's coming back, it's going to be a little bit different, it's coming back with a new, exciting format. Okay? I'm
That's in summary.
The whole video is going to be demonetized because of this fucking background music, and I ain't letting it happen, folks.
Screw it.
We ain't letting it happen. Daddy's fighting for every penny. Let's go. There's no Ethan Klein in this episode. Maybe a little bit at the end, some Matt Lieb stuff. So anyways, that's what we had heard, okay? Said this coming back, slightly different format. We're figuring it out. Again, Patreon is still up. No message for the patrons. No message for on Instagram. No message on YouTube. Nothing. Just poof, gone for 9 months. Medya did an interview on El Jadid with somebody. Okay, I don't know. But again, look, that like their show was popular enough that it's landing Medya like an interview on a mainstream news channel. So that, like, you're never gonna see me on a fucking news channel. You know what I mean? That was their kind of show. That was the vibe.
Also, Medya is a famous journalist.
Yeah, she's a journalist as well. Like, she has credibility and stuff.
كان عندك تجربة ناجحة بسردة بودكاست.
I'm just pausing for the copyright. And the music, why is it so serious and depressing? Like, goddamn.
هالتجربة الناجحة وقفت.
أنا أخذت غير طريق وهو أخذ غير طريق.
So she's asking...
This was like the first time officially, I think, anyone says that.
This was the first time anyone publicly acknowledged, as far as I know, that Sarde is over. The lady was like, you were part of a very popular, project. Sarde, what happened? She's like, Moin went one way and I went one way. So this is what we know so far, is that, unfortunately, something must have happened. Look, like, I'm not here to make... Couples are hard, relationships are hard, it takes hard work. Moin and Medya were together and we're not here to talk about relationships or getting into anything personal. They were together for many years. I'm sure it was a lovely relationship. I'm sure that whatever happened must have been probably insurmountable or something. But what we're about to share with you now is a rumor that has come to me, folks. And do not sue me. I refuse to get sued for this. But what I have heard is that at some point, and I don't think that is the case now anymore. I don't think Medya wants to do this. But what I heard, the rumor that I heard, folks, is that Medya at some point considered or threatened to sue Moin over ownership of Sarde.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So apparently, and I heard, I cannot reveal my sources, and please, allegedly, this is all alleged. This is all could be, who could solve this by coming out and sharing some news? Sarde. Come out and tell the people what's going on. But what I heard is that apparently Medya was upset that Moin was going around at all these conferences, making all these speeches, doing all these TED Talks, being like, I did Sarde. I'm the creator of Sarde. We're doing Sarde. I'm doing Sarde. Sarde. Whoa, boom, 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 boom. She's nowhere to be seen. He's being associated with all of that. Who owns the YouTube channel now? If Moin wants to relaunch Sarde on his YouTube channel.
If he wants to keep going.
If he wants to keep going, is Medya going to get a 50% cut from the videos? The only reason Moin has 200,000 subscribers on Sarde is because he was right there with Medya. So theoretically, any view that comes on that channel, they should share the revenue. You know what I mean? They should share the revenue. So is Medya, like, if Moin is going to keep the Sarde channel going with the over 200K subs that they have and that built-in audience that they built together, is Medya entitled to 50%? I say yes. I am here to defend Medya. I think Medya and Moin are in this together. And I have another controversial thing to say. I think haram, Medya and Moin, I don't know what happened in your relationship. I'm not here to ask any questions. But I even though I'm not a fan of your show, and I'm not someone who watches your show, and I would not watch your show if it came back. And if you invited me to come back on your show, I would probably say no. But I will still say this. Haram not to come back to your show. Like, you guys built something great. You built something massive. You built something that, like I said, transcended YouTube and transcended social media. Medya, you're doing interviews on El Jadid. Random old people recognize you in the streets, I'm sure. if there's a way, and I'm sure you guys have thought about it and have discussed it, but if there's any way for you guys to sit down and put your differences aside and be able to at least sit down amicably and host guests and have these conversations that you guys got famous for, try it, bro. Haram. Like, it's hard. And this is why I think they haven't stopped their Patreon. I'm kind of poking fun and making fun, but I think Maureen is scared to stop the Patreon because if you shut it down, it's hard to get these people to sign back up. They're going to be like, oh, fuck it. It's done. I'm not going to sign back up. And then you're like, hey, no, I'm kidding. I was kidding. We're back. We set it back up. Come on back. A lot of them aren't going to come back. Half of the patrons probably forgot they're signed up to the Patreon and they're getting charged without even knowing. You know what I mean? So I think that's the fear that he has, because that's a fear that I would have. If I were to, maybe if I wanted to take a break, but I wasn't sure when I wanted to come back, I would ask myself, like, do I shut down the Patreon? But if I shut it down and I launch it again, will anyone join, or would everyone have abandoned me? I'm guessing that's what they're thinking. So if there's any chance for Midya and Maureen to work this out, just like the advice that I had for Jawad and Rana, like, if I'm sure Jawad tried everything to get Rana back, like, if you can maintain the show, the format that made you guys successful, try to do that. And again, I'm sure what I'm saying, they've thought about it and they've tried and they've probably talked about it. Like, can we do this? What if we try to do this? What if I host an episode one week and you host another episode another week and we don't have to interact at all? Maybe they've talked about options like that. But to think that it would get all the way to like litigation, that's crazy to me. And again, maybe the person who told me that
that is crazy.
Maybe the person who told me that misheard. Maybe Midya was joking about, maybe I should just sue Maureen for ownership. Maybe she was joking and someone interpreted that joke as fact and like shared it with someone that then shared it with someone that
maybe word of mouth and it can get crazy.
Téléphone cassé, it got fucking lost in the shuffle, lost in translation. But to me, like, it doesn't seem that crazy because it is a big channel and 200,000 subscribers. Some of their episodes get 1 million views. A lot of their views come from abroad. You bet your ass that channel's making good ad money. It's making some decent AdSense. So there's some decent money coming in right now. And what is the deal? Did they come to an agreement? We were doing some research on Instagram. We saw that Midya just recently got a new job.
She's in Saudi
Arabia. She's got a new job. She's happy. Seems like peace has been made at a company that Maureen is involved in. So I'm like, all good. Everything seems to be fine. Why would she be working there if she wasn't fine? So to me, I think I either misheard, either it was a lie. But apparently, Midya wanted to sue Maureen from Sarde After Dinner, folks. A show that entertained people and educated people for like 3.5. I don't know how long it lasted. 3 years. I know we've been going on for 4 years, going on 5. But yeah, I mean, and look, maybe they wanted to end it on a high note. You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm running this channel into the ground. I'm not going to stop until I make everybody hate me. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck this channel is now. Nobody knows. What's the show about? America, you know what I mean? They ended it on a high note. They left people wanting more, which is what I'm not doing. We're giving you two-hour episodes this week. I'm making y'all sick of me. You know what I mean? 5 hours of me. Is that what you want? That's what you're getting. Said they didn't do that. What do you think about all this controversy?
Holding on to Patreon is like, he's holding on to
He's holding on to hope.
To hope of a podcast.
And maybe he's been trying to like come up with solutions. So he's like, I don't want to give a half-assed update on Instagram. Like, hey guys, we'll be back in 2 months. We're still figuring things out. And then like, hey, back, we still didn't figure it out. So give us another 2 months. I guess he doesn't want to say anything unless he is sure of what he's going to say. But at this point, 9 months, the Patreon's still going. You got comments all the time like, where are you guys, by the way? Like, when? Like, they missed the whole war, but there was a whole war that happened in Lebanon. You think the world like didn't need another podcast with such a big audience sharing what was happening? Like, we were fucking carrying the torch by ourselves, bro, during the war here, man. We had the whole responsibility.
I know it's hard to do podcasts, so I know it's disrespectful. But I don't see.
We were talking about the war. We were raising awareness about the war.
We really raised awareness, and all our new foreign viewers, they're amazing.
We love them. We love our new foreign. And as anyone like are foreigners watching right now, like are American?
Yes, they are.
They're still watching.
They literally are. And Haley just gifted 5 members.
Haley, guys, stop, Haley. Oh my God, we love you, Haley. You're gonna get the biggest shout out in the member stream next week. But I mean. Or is anyone commenting like in the chat about Sarde? Like, what are they saying about Sarde? Did anyone watch Sarde in the chat? What do you guys think about this?
I think our Lebanese audience our American audience are just like making fun.
I mean, yeah, lawsuit. The fact that it would get to, and again, I'm really being sincere when I say this. Despite the differences I've had, like Medea and I used to follow each other on Instagram. She unfollowed me after I called them out for uninviting me from their podcast. Try to make it work, man. I don't know, like, it's just so hard. Like, I would kill to have 200,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it would be great, and I was always happy for their success despite everything. But I don't know, man. Definitely weird, but yeah, apparently lawsuits, folks. And again, allegedly, don't sue me. Maybe if you are lawsuit happy, don't be coming for me now, please. That would be mean. Okay, and I'll be very sad if you do that.
If mine is getting a different host and you're not getting your cut, definitely sue him.
But and what does Sarde look like without Medea? Like, is it gonna become like a fun, chill podcast now? Like, are they gonna get like comedians and like just like?
It's not the same show without her red lipstick.
And without them smoking Icos and all of that, like you gotta.
True.
Like, are they gonna do Sarde live streams? Like, you know what I mean?
They really should. They really should.
I feel like it's depressing though. You know, they gotta change the vibe.
I used to watch them sometimes if I liked the guest. I was a fan.
You need more fun vibes on that show. That's what I would say. The vibes were a bit depressing, but hey, that's what some people are into, and that's
it ended up being depressing.
I'm not here to tell them like they were 10 times as successful as this channel. So who am I to give them any advice?
Also, Anola. Sorry if I said that wrong. They say it would be really funny if the show devolved into them having a fight in front of the guest, forcing them to get involved in their drama.
Right, that would be, so that's the one advantage of it being live. If they were live and they got into a fight live on air, and also it's very complicated. Like this also shows you like it's complicated to host a podcast with like a significant other. Like H3 made it work for so many years because they were married, I guess. So they were like, okay, this is fine. If starting a show with like, I mean, their podcast, I think started while they were a pretty like young couple. So they grew as a couple in parallel with the show, which is a weird and interesting dynamic to also take into account. Like maybe they were unhappy for the last 2 years, but they kind of stuck it out and stayed together for the sake of the podcast. Like we don't know. We're not privy. And again, I'm not trying to speculate. I'm just like trying to show you like maybe they already sacrificed. Like maybe they tried to make it work. Maybe it wasn't working. The relationship, but they're like, fuck it, we can't end the show because we got such a good thing going. So maybe the last 10 episodes of the podcast that they made, they like couldn't stand each other, but they're like sitting there trying to make it work. We don't know. We're not going to know unless they speak about it, and they don't have to talk about it. We're just speculating. I just heard that crazy rumor, and I was like...
People would pay money to hear about it.
And it felt selfish of me not to share what I had heard. I was like, I don't want to be selfish. I want to share that juicy rumor with the people. You know, you deserve to hear what we heard and to know what we know. And yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Should Sarde come back? How should Sarde come back? Should Mouain do live streams? Should Mouain do a solo show? Should Mouain find another co-host? Should they just do another format? The channel can stay called Sarde After Dinner, but they launch a new show under a new title, new vibes, completely different hosts. Maybe Mouain just produces and he tries to find new talent to take over the channel. All I'm saying is Medea deserves a part of the ad revenue. And if those patrons are still paying, you better be sending Medea a check every month for that Patreon money, because she deserves it. Our girl be working hard. Okay. So that's it, folks. That's the... how long have we been streaming for?
Wait.
I think we could do a little bit of H3 podcast for
135.
135? Oh, we got at least 20 minutes. For our loyal American viewers, our H3 fiends. We buried this at the end of the show. No mention of it in the thumbnail. No mention of it. I wanted to get just our Lebanese people watching, but now... let's watch some Ethan Klein, folks. Let's have some fun. I'm kidding. It's not that fun, but you know
the
what I
moment
mean.
we've all been waiting.
There's just a very random thing that he talked about that I want to show this clip of him talking about Hassan. Randomly, out of the blue, they were hosting an episode, and we're just going to cover the Matt Leaf stuff for a little bit, and then I'm just trying to round out stuff I need for a clip. Here's Ethan bringing up Hassan, completely out of the blue. They were talking about something like Disneyland, and then Ethan, or this dude, who hired like this American politician who got caught trying to have sex with a 17-year-old. And Ethan brings up Hassan.
His wife is beautiful. Although I don't think people cheat on their wives because they're not.
It's not about. Yeah. It's usually not about like looks or whatnot. It's deeper than that, like fucking psycho shit.
It's like I don't know. It could be a control thing. Like why? Like why would someone like Hassan go have sex with a prostitute at a brothel in Europe that got later?
Oh, that's not what I meant. I just meant the cheating part.
No, what do you mean?
Just personally, I meant the cheating and the like pedo part.
But why would someone like Hassan, with people throwing themselves at his feet, find the need to have sex with a prostitute?
I don't know.
That was later rated for human trafficking. He lies about that. It says it was tax. It was both.
Interesting.
It was human trafficking and tax.
Cool.
Hassan Piker.
To me, that's kind of pathological.
So like Dan's like, cool, he's just trying to move on from this topic. He doesn't give a fuck. So anyways, Ethan is fucking obsessed with Hassan, talking about like fucking control. No need to watch a lot more of that. I just want to continue some of the Matt Lieb video from last time. Also, Ethan was promoting this guy on his Instagram. So he shared this Instagram story.
Sorry.
Grateful to anyone willing to speak out on this. Thank you, man. Check out his full video in the link below. So this guy, I guess, defended Ethan. Let's see what this guy said in his video defending Ethan, which Ethan then promoted on his Instagram.
Oh my God, y'all! I'm blocking the talent. Oh my God, y'all! Let me chill. Nah, he's really gonna be on my dick. I'm like, what the fuck against you? I've been said this, y'all. I've been said this. If niggas don't know, denims. I high key been said denims look good. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Denims look good. That's why I'm mad as shit at her. She decided she wants to go suck the actual fucking semen out of Hassan's balls instead of fucking basically being the next Sniper Wolf, which that could have been so much easier for her. She could have been doing fucking the most stupid ass NPC shits on fucking TikToks and banging up the fucking views, but now she's deciding to go be a fucking support. Oh my God.
Yeah, anyway, this nasty ass misogynist is A-okay by Ethan Klein. Less and less people are defending Ethan, so he's grasping at straws. If anyone speaks positively about him, he's going to share their video no matter how fucking unhinged or disgusting they are. He doesn't care. So I had some technical difficulties reacting to Ethan shitting on Matt Lieb and trying to get Matt Lieb fired from Good Mythical Morning. Let us continue as much of this as we can before calling it a night. Thank you guys for joining us yet again. We love you. Do Not Worry podcast, baby. Let's go.
With your name on it, and then it's a problem that Ethan points it out.
Sharks. Kevin O'Leary, by the way, is half Lebanese from Shark Tank. Mr. Wonderful.
We rated him.
He's a piece. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, he's a piece of shit though. He's like pro-Trump and whatever.
Said that I'm a Jewish supremacist, and then when I call you a piece of shit, call you out, you go, "Oh, I'm being harassed." Like, how do these people always go to the same pathetic talking points?
I don't know.
How is it harassment that I made a few Insta stories about you, you pathetic fucking worm?
You choose to participate in a snark Reddit page with your name on it, and then it's a problem that Ethan points it out. I'm sorry, it's
the interview bad empanada, bro.
It's disgraceful to participate in a snark page. It is, and
I think it's
Ethan
disgraceful as a
is allowed to point it out.
And also,
and if that's too much for you, maybe get off the internet.
Right.
And
or at least
maybe don't work for a reputable company like Rhett and Link. You don't deserve to work.
The company's called Rhett and Link. Again, they're obsessed with getting him fired. Don't work for a reputable company like Rhett and Link. It's a wholesome family show. How could this wholesome family show with Rhett and Link, who we love, have a crazy person like Matt? Like, stop. They just want to get people fired, doxxed. Oh, his employer would love to see that. Fuck you guys.
Say you don't have to get off the internet, but you should certainly get off that show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think he should be fired, frankly, and I hope he is fired because he's pathetic, and he interviewed basically a terrorist. He sat across from someone who is literally.
Bad Empanada is a terrorist according to Ethan Klein, bro. Oh my God, Ethan, I'm sorry. Like I know it sucks to hear that you're married to a terrorist. Like the fact that Ethan is married to Ela, he'll never hear any of our arguments. You know what I mean? Like that's it. He's gonna defend his wife no matter what. If we're calling his wife an IDF terrorist, we've lost the argument according to him forever. We're never gonna be able to speak to him. But like the insanity to be like Bad Empanada, some fucking dude who's live streaming and trolling him is a terrorist, is unhinged. It's unhinged, bro.
Tweeted out he wants to jerk off to fucking the images of dead children from October 7th. Like, do I need to pull up the greatest hits? No.
There's a video of Ethan Klein literally touching himself to a victim of the Boston bombing, and she was 17 years old. What the fuck, Ethan? Bro? You want to talk about that nasty ass shit? I can't even play it on my fucking on the fucking stream because the video will get like demonetized and shit. Ethan Klein touched himself to a video of an underage Boston bombing victim. You're nasty, bro. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
We might need to because every time things get clipped, I don't know. So maybe it's good to have those moments in there.
All right, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it's so horrible. Just show people over and over again.
All right, you guys want to know about Bad Empanada? He says he says it's fake, but he's like a maniac. He's a total fucking maniac. And even Hassan says it in the video where he's like, "Oh, I hate Empanada. I'll never bring him on the show." He's like, he has millions of Twitter accounts. He like obsessively harasses and doxes people. And,
he hates him until he started talking about you. And in his own words, Hassan's words, he said, "Bad Empanada turned into good Empanada." It's that shallow for Hassan.
Yeah, well, and Matt Lieb too. And I was going to say it's disgraceful also for a Jewish man to sit across from Bad Empanada.
Absolutely. I mean,
so anyway, he said,
can you show Bad Empanada's comments about when he turned on Hassan?
About he said
Those were like
liberal.
he like really hated on Jewish people there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that comment was pretty gross. I mean, and he also called AB a house slave.
Yeah.
For not quitting.
I mean, look, you guys know at this point we've extended a lot of grace to the crew. At this point, there's nothing redeemable about anyone on this fucking crew, bro. AB, Lena, Olivia, Love, they've all been sitting there fucking doxing random strangers, their moms, bro, shitting on Hassan, shitting on every fucking creator, trying to get everybody deplatformed, including yours truly, us, okay? Trying to sue Redditors. Like, it is insane. You are all complicit. AB, I'm sorry, man. You're not going to want to hear it, but you're kind of a bitch, bro.
Also, it's crazy when someone as brain dead as Ethan talking about someone as smart and witty as Matt Lieb was saying, and I think he should get fired. Like, who do you think you are? Who are you talking to?
As if like Rhett and Link give a shit.
Do you think they give a fuck about what you're saying?
As if Rhett and Link give a shit. And like, yeah, Rhett and Link are going to fire their Jewish employee, their anti-Zionist Jewish employee for not liking Israel.
Yeah, sure, Matt is wrong and you're right.
Like, yeah,
sure.
You think they're going to like you? Like, Rhett and Link are going to send him an email. Thank you, Ethan Klein, for opening our eyes to this disgusting Matt Lieb.
Yeah.
I guess. Leaving. Actually, yeah, his comment about Hassan is worth looking at because it was pretty vile, and he can't deny it was him. But anyway, I didn't finish this Matt Lieb quote.
Okay.
I'm 100% against calling CPS on YouTubers they don't like. Okay, so far so good. 48 hours after being harassed by Ethan Klein, we got to save them kids.
See, like that is just not okay. Ethan pointing out that you participated in a snark page under your own name is totally legitimate. You joking about saving our kids is not legitimate. That is not okay. And
if you guys, again, I defended Eli and Ethan about the CPS thing. You dumbass were on the fucking internet talking about how your kids are getting giardia and your dogs are shitting on the floor and you all got giardia from the dog. Don't share the shit on the internet when you're already beefing with Reddit, when you've already been swatted before, you're threatening to sue Redditors. Some fucking crazy fuck is going to use that information that you willingly and gladly shared on a podcast and fucking call CPS. You're also being extremely fucking irresponsible. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you deserve what happened, but like, you're not helping the situation in any way, shape, or form.
Pretend like you're morally above us. How are you going to tweet stuff like that? That's just not okay.
Well, that's why he tokenized himself so he can feel special.
Well, you're not special. You're just a snarker, just as bad as all of them.
Yeah.
Does Reddit link approve?
They're trying to make snarker as like a slur, like a bad word. Like, you're just a snarker. You sound like an idiot. Like, you're a snarker. It's not like that sounds like the least insulting thing that you can call someone. It's like a word that a 12-year-old would use to like try to hurt someone's feelings.
Of that message about
I promise you they don't.
I would like to know.
I would
like to know their comment on this.
From everything that I could always tell, they're really good people. I promise you, if they see this, they're not okay with that.
Yeah, they have kids too.
And I wish that somebody would send it to them. I don't have contact with them. I mean,
the problem with tweets like
I
this,
hope they see it.
Like, please send it to Rhett and Link. Harass Rhett and Link. Find them on Twitter. Find them on YouTube. Please leave them comments. And if you go could you go to Good Mythical Morning, like a recent video with Matt Lieb, and just scroll down to the comments and see the kind of comments that they're getting because of this harassment?
They think it's like all fun and games and he's being silly. The problem is CPS actually came to our house, and when you guys justify it with jokes like this, it's creating the environment in which it's okay for people to do this, where they feel like this is acceptable. They go, yeah, he harassed Matt Lieb. I guess it was kind of justified.
No, it's not okay on any level.
By the way, he quote tweeted this. All I said is Matt Lieb is a contributor to the H3 Snark subreddit, the old one and the new one. This is the community response for CPS visiting us. He goes, yeah, that's bad, but actually, you know what? They're kind of based and correct.
It's a joke, Ethan. Oh my God, bro, he's so fucking stupid. What happened to Ethan Klein, bro? What happened?
Also, cannot see it in this screenshot, but this tweet that he tweeted, it has like 500,000 views and 8K likes. He's like basically promoting it even more. Like, okay, yeah, CPS.
God damn it, I hate giving Ethan Klein ad money. Again, at least we're watching from Lebanon. Ad revenue from the Middle East is worthless. Trust me, I know. So
I'm not finding comments.
No comments? There's a bunch, but I don't know what video they're on. But yeah, people are kind of harassing.
That tweet.
Is it still up?
Yeah, it's still up.
Well, send it here. That's the thing too. When you tokenize yourself, especially on Twitter, your voice gets amplified. They bring you to the front.
He's literally sniffing every like couple of words. If you tokenize yourself on Twitter, like, this is unbearable. Like, this is unwatchable shit, to be honest with you guys.
the crowd. Look at this good Jewish guy. See, they agree with that.
Okay, Matt Lieb. So, Mr. Good Jewish, I'm a great parent, and I doubt that you really think that our kids should be taken away. So, are you really?
I mean, look, I'm sure you guys are good parents, and I've defended you guys, but like most good parents don't get CPS called on them. Like, you know what I mean? And then you've made 3 podcast episodes about it. So like the whole internet knows that there's dog shit in your house, that your kid might have gotten it, like might have eaten it, and then that CPS got called on you. Like, it's a bit rich. I mean, again, and I defended you, but you guys are just being fucking assholes about it.
Going to stand by this statement.
He's kidding.
No, you can't joke about CPS.
Well, especially considering they can't.
First of all, I don't see what's the joke here, but you can't joke about that. This is not funny, and this is crossing all lines.
Well, especially considering they actually came to our house. So anyway, here he is owning me by saying, actually, you know what, Base, the CPS should visit their house. We got to save them. Yeah, 400,000 views and 8,000 likes. And I'm sure this guy's a nobody, more or less, based on his podcast views, I'm just assuming. I can't imagine.
Again, Ethan judging people by their podcast views and their YouTube views. Just like us. He's like, by the way, they get great fucking views. They get like 20,000, 25,000, 30,000 views per fucking podcast. Great numbers. Again, Ethan Klein brought on Lonerbox onto his show. He loves Lonerbox. Lonerbox gets like 7,000 views per video. What does it mean? What does it all mean? Nothing.
He's getting crazy engagement. Oh, look, here he is.
So many Jews.
Wow. This guy's going to talk to me about Jewish issues after sitting across from Bad Empanada. Yesterday, me and my Jewish homies planted ourselves at Hollywood and Highland to demand a ceasefire from Spider-Man and Batman. Oh, because they're on Hollywood. I also want a ceasefire.
I am so proud to be marching with so many Jews.
Yes, the Jews! The Jews are here! Did we mention that? Mm-hmm. Give the Jewish guy the mic.
Gentiles of all ages!
Yes! And of course they're Jews there, right? And Jews have are allowed to have different perspectives and stuff, but this man is like the embodiment of a fucking Jewish token. Like, holy fuck. You can't come here talk about Jewish issues after you just got done sucking off Bad Empanada. Give me a fucking break, bro.
Genders!
He loves that applause. It makes him feel so important and good and righteous.
And nationalities who are brave enough to demand an immediate...
Brave enough to demand a ceasefire? Everybody's asking for a ceasefire. That's not brave. What do you mean? You want to be brave?
What does he think that I want and you want?
He said it. They say...
you guys don't want Palestinians anywhere near Israelis. You guys think that if the walls of Gaza are torn down, that Palestinians are going to outnumber the Jews. And if the Arabs outnumber the Jews, they're going to eat you alive. That's what you guys think. So by saying that, even if you say, I want a ceasefire, I don't want to kill Palestinians... But you don't see them as equal. You want them to be subjugated in an open-air prison known as fucking Gaza. You don't want Palestinians walking down the same streets you guys walk down on in Israel. Hey, Ela, you went to a terrorist city called Ramallah. Remember, you volunteered to go on a raid and terrorize a local fucking family of Arabs. You don't want fucking peace, okay?
Do you want to stop?
And
you want to stop? Are you tired?
It's enough of this topic.
Let's give it 10 more. I just need this to round out the clip, the Matt Lieb clip. And to cut that out part, I guess, of the clip. Let's continue, folks.
They want us. We want all Palestinians to die. That's what they say.
Why would anybody think that? When did I ever say anything like that? Indicate anything like that? And why would they think that anybody in Israel even wants that? Everybody just wants to move on and be able to live their life. Everybody wants.
Let me just pull up the Reuters thing here. Read a couple of comments. Let me just pull up. She says, "Why does everyone think that Israelis want Palestinians to die?" We have to bring this up every time. I really like. It's really important for me. Reuters, Israel war, Gaza thoughts. Any interesting comments?
Chat feels me.
Israelis think of the war.
10 more minutes? No. Okay. I got that.
Pew Research Center. Here, I just need a quick, again, we've looked at this. Everybody watching this has known this. Is the Wi-Fi? All right. Everything's dying, folks. My laptop is slow as fuck right now. Here, let's keep watching H3 in the meantime.
Peace. You're not special for wanting peace. You know that, right?
He's brave. I love how he
that's like the obvious take.
He's so congratulatory of himself. We are brave enough to come out to cheers and adoration of everybody here.
What is brave is to leave that tweet up. That is brave. I'll say that.
Okay, so here he is. Israeli views of the Israel-Hamas war. Again, remember, folks, a new Pew Research Center survey finds that 39% of Israelis say that Israel's military response to Hamas and Gaza has been about right. 34% say it has not gone far enough, and only 19% think that it has gone too far. And again, this is counting with Arab Israelis. If it's just like Jewish Israelis, it's like in the 90% where they think that it's either fine or not bad or not far enough, the violence in Gaza. That is what most Israelis think. It's very important to remind people of that.
About the CPS.
Yeah,
that is brave.
Absolutely, they should
Stop
see that
with
tweet.
the
To
CPS.
claim to be some kind of an activist and
It's
all.
really annoying.
They're going to blame everyone for CPS.
This
now.
is why I don't want to watch anymore. They're saying the same shit every fucking time, and I'm sick of this.
I'm not going to say it.
So be joking about CPS on your Twitter?
That's what I want to say.
That's
No,
brave.
it's like Vanguard. We're talking about like all the videos they were making about TYT and Anna Kasparian. They literally called her. It's like hitting the money pinata. You know what I mean? Our money pinata has been H3, folks. At least in AdSense and stuff. You know what I mean? Thank the heavens.
And by the way, this I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing based on his MO and the timing and everything. I am pretty sure Bad Empanada was involved in the CPS call.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
he's saying he
Also,
was.
let's
I don't know if I
stop
should
bullshitting. They had dog poop around kids.
And they talked about it.
Fuck off.
Like, you had dog-
Like, what do you expect?
And you openly talked about it. And your housekeeper is like suing you. Like, that's all shit we don't talk about on the show. But like, you just stop projecting. Stop projecting.
If a word that comes out of his mouth, but he's saying he was. So.
And then Matt had him on his show. That's fucking epic, bro.
Yeah.
He was for sure involved in agitating for it and promoting it everywhere and talking about it. So yeah.
If it wasn't him, it was his intention, I think, was to foment enough excitement that somebody eventually did it.
Brave enough to demand an immediate ceasefire.
Yes, this man is so brave. Just speaking objectively, what is brave about what he's doing right now? He's
Who is
there
he demanding it from?
from question. I don't know.
Okay.
Karen Bassin? I don't know. The
I'm
mayor
not
of MLA?
speaking to you as a representative of all Jews. I am a bad representative.
Why'd you even say that? It's like, bro, he's playing the token card.
Wait, so
Crazy.
you're saying that Jews don't want ceasefire?
No, he says, I'm not a representative of all Jews because he's probably accused
Yeah,
of being
but
a
so
token.
far all he said that he wants ceasefire, but then that does
Let's
not
jump
represent
to the
all
last
Jewish
2
people.
minutes of this.
Firing other people for harassing people.
I don't think it's unusual to fire people for stuff they do off the job. It happens all the time.
Yeah, it is unusual, but it's also...
Again, talking about firing, I just cut to a random point. He's like, it's not weird to fire people for things they say off the job. Wink, wink. Rat and Link, fire Matt Lieb. Rat and Link, if you're watching this, and I know you are, we love Matt Lieb. If you fire Matt Lieb, I will make all of Lebanon stop watching Good Mythical Morning.
We updated.
I have the power to make that happen.
A thumbnail.
Yeah, I got you, Matt. I'm sorry about the mix-up.
His mouth looks crazy too, like he just finished a pie or something. He just burned his mouth on a
I
hot
got
pie.
you, bro. I got you.
Oh, this was from our. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Here's Matt Lieb
allowing for
watching with Frogan. By the way, after the Sabra tier list that anyone of sane mind knows was like deeply anti-Semitic.
The Sabra tier list was deeply anti-Semitic. I can't anymore.
boss
That's
is
enough.
diabolical.
We've seen enough. Oh, actually, just look at his face.
The
Ethan's
boss-
face.
No.
He's cursed with this face forever, folks. And if the sniffing is a new addition to his Tourette's, Ethan, again, I'm sorry. I would never make fun of anyone's disability. It sucks fucking having Tourette's. But Ethan makes fun of people all the fucking time, how they speak, how they breathe. I just do not want to look
He was fat shaming Matt.
He was-
He was fat.
Look,
He
just-
makes fun of people for speaking in
All I'm
different
gonna say, bro.
ways. Who he has tics. Shut the fuck
all
up.
the sniffing and all that
Stop.
coughing, dude. Yeah, all those ticks, bro. Like, they're getting worse the more fucking stressed you are. And, like, you can tell when he's more relaxed, when he's having fun and talking about fun topics, he's chill. As soon as he starts fucking shitting on people, he goes fucking insane. And then he wants to make fun of other people and how they breathe and how they talk. Fuck you, bro. Dumbass motherfucker. Anyways, we're done with that. And then he's gonna be like, oh my god, he's making fun of a disabled man. Fuck you, bro. Disabled my fucking ass, man. Ain't no fucking disability. Anyways, that was fun.
That was fun.
He brought her on his show to run.
Shut up, Ethan. Again, we're not making fun of disabilities. Okay, it's barely a disability. And again, you could say it's a major disability. He fucking makes fun of people all the fucking time. People's breathing, and then he's out there sniffing, coughing like a disgusting motherfucker. Who gives a fuck? Anyways, folks, we'd like to thank our patrons. Give me a second just to close this here tab. Finally, I'm free. I'm free of the stress. Lovely patrons that support our channel, such as Eli Al-Mujabbir, Josh Patterson, Rifat Fakih, Jack Sleeman, Dominic Selzer, Daniel Nechle, Emma Watson, Superhero patrons like Jabdallah, Ghassan Hamoud, Elias Salibi, Najio, and Rana F. Blonde patrons like Wael Abu Karam, Leonardo Sawaya, Always Worried, Hagop, Aline, and Mariam Ayad. You guys can support us on YouTube memberships as well. Here is a quick look at our Patreon. Patreon.com/donotworrypodcast. Pick a tier that's right for you. We're going to be having an exclusive live stream for members and patrons next week, so tune in for that. Do not forget that I'm going to be at the Mystic Market next weekend with my comics at the Comic Stash. Might be doing a live stream, bagging and boarding some comics. Just chill casually with you guys next week. Show you guys what I'm going to be selling. Come support. Come get some tattoos. Come get some piercings. Come get some good products. Some good snacks and treats. Nour, anything that you want to mention to our lovely audience?
Yeah, I want to say that chat is hilarious and that I love them.
Well, share with us. What kind
I love Haley.
Haley D. Haley is our VIP. We love Haley D. Folks, we thank you for joining us. You're welcome for 2 episodes. I cannot promise 2 episodes every week. Lebanese fans, I hope you forgive us. I hope you are thankful for this episode and the set of this stuff. We're pretty tired. It's 11 o'clock here, 11 p.m. I've had a full day of working, family. We're tired. Nour, have a good night. Thank you for joining. Folks, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Tune in next week for more. And as always, do not